And we say good morning to you. We are broadcasting live on the road today. We are Big John's Closeout. Got that big sale going on. The Cabot Stains and the Valspar Medallion Paint on sale, mail-in rebate through Sunday. And those are deals, too. Mike's going to be long talk about that. You've got the Cabot Stains for your decks and for your fences, or both. $15 off a gallon, up to 5 gallons. So you're going to save $75 by coming to Big John's. Then you have Valspar Medallion Paint on sale through Sunday, off $12 off every gallon, up to 5 gallons. So you can do the math, 12 fives for 60. So you're saving $60 on Valspar Paint from right here at Big John's Closeout. So that's where we are, broadcasting live. Got lots going on. Going to be joined by Elizabeth and softball coach Kenny Harden at the bottom of the hour. Coach Harden picks up his 500th career win. He'll be with us. Also, top of the hour, Coach Ryan Whitten of the undefeated 7th-ranked Milligan flag football. The Lady Buffs winning yesterday, going 19-0 now, trying to go through a perfect season. I think they got two more games. They'll be with us at the top of the hour. Then also later on, JT, Joseph Taylor's in the house, talking sports and Tennessee football and the Lady Vols, where they're doing in the recruiting, and Kim Caldwell getting it done, bringing in some more ladies in the transfer portal. So we got lots to talk about. Tiger Woods in the news this morning. We've got birthdays today, a couple of notables. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar having a birthday. He is 79 today. And Coach Bill Belichick of the North Carolina Tar Heels having a birthday. He is 74 on this Thursday, April the 16th. So there you go. All right, let's kick it off with the national anthem of the greatest country in the world, as we always do. And then we'll jump right into sports. And a lot's going on in Major League Baseball. The Braves continue to be very impressive. They, again, are the third-best team in baseball right now, the Atlanta Braves, and their pitching staff, everybody's a little iffy about it, and understandably so, going into the season with a lot of injuries. They've done very, very well. Bryce Elder, a heck of an outing yesterday, so we'll take a look at that. Also, we'll see how things went with our buddy Evan Carter. He batted cleanup yesterday for the Rangers. We'll see how he did. Faith Hill, get it started. National anthem on the Tom Taylor Sports.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner o'er the land of free and the
And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are live at Big John's Closeouts again on this Thursday, April the 16th. So, interesting story. We were going to have it for you yesterday. We had a little bit of a scheduling snag, but we'll fix that from yesterday. We're we're due to be at Lingerfeld. Anyway, we weren't, obviously, so we will be there later on this month. We won't tell you yesterday, but we'll tell you today. Former Michigan football coach Sharon Moore sentenced to 18 months probation, only a $1,000 fine for 2 misdemeanor charges. Now, he lost his job as head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. He must continue mental health treatments, submit to drug and alcohol tests, and is not allowed to contact the victim. Moore pleaded no contest to trespassing and malicious use of a telecom device. The more serious charge of third-degree home invasion, stalking, and breaking and entering were dismissed. Really? 2 charges carried a maximum penalty of up to 6 months in jail, so he walks away basically unscathed. Yes, he loses his job, and that's a biggie. I'm not sure where he is on the home front with his wife and his kids because he is married. So his arrest came back in December the 10th after Michigan officials terminated him for violating university policy, citing an inappropriate relationship with a staffer during his 2-year tenure as the head coach. So Moore, again, fined $1,000 and 18 months probation. Wow. Wow. I'll let you draw your own conclusions. I got mine. So anyway, Tiger Woods in the news today, fighting prosecutors' attempts to subpoena the 15-time major champion's prescription drug records from a pharmacy. Lawyer says invasion of privacy. I can see that. Woods has a constitutional right to privacy interest in his prescription records and requested a hearing to determine whether prosecutors should be allowed to obtain Woods' records on file at a pharmacy in Palm Beach, Florida. So they want to know the number of times Woods' prescriptions were filled from January to March 27th, the number of pills, dosage amounts, and any instructions that accompany the pills, including warnings about driving while taking them. Woods pleaded not guilty in his DUI case on March 31st, 4 days after his SUV clipped a trailer and rolled over on its side. Not far from his home in Florida, officers said he was impaired, had 2 pills in his pants pocket. Charged with misdemeanor DUI, refusal to submit to a lawful test, distracted driving, and moving violation. He has since moved to and has gone to Switzerland to enter a treatment facility. So Tiger Woods so they want to get hold of his prescription records to see what he's been taking, how often he took it, what was good, what was bad. And then Sharon Moore, the Michigan coach, $1,000 fine and 18 months probation for breaking into this lady's house. I mean, this guy was a wrecking ball. And so, anyway, that's how it gets started here on the show on this Thursday, April the 16th. Pretty amazing to me. Now, we've got steel chainsaws. We got everything on sale right now. The steel product line from right here at Big John's Closeouts. You got the weed eaters on sale. Got one that you can save $30 on it, $50 on another one. You got leaf blowers. We can save up to $50 on those. Chainsaws and hedge trimmers. So all of them are on sale right now for a limited time. Again, all the steel products. And again, Michael will be here in just a few minutes to talk about that. Coach Harden's here. He's going to join us in a few minutes. Head coach of the Cyclone softball team, who just picked up his 500th career win as a head coach, which is very impressive. So the Cabot stains for your decks and fences. Cabot stains, excellent product. $15 mail-in rebate per gallon. So you're going to save $15 off a gallon through Sunday, up to $75 or 5 gallons. That's a really good deal. The Valspar Medallion paints they sell here at Big John's Closeouts. $12 off a gallon, up to 5 gallons. Save $60 on those through Sunday as well. So you're getting ready to stain or paint or both. Here's where you want to come with the hammer high prices, Big John's Closeouts here in Elizabethton. So that's some really good deals. All right, we've got our first guest coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll take a break, come right back. We'll take a look at Major League Baseball, see how Evan Carter did, again, batting cleanup yesterday for the Rangers against the Athletics. And we'll see how that goes, and we'll come right back, and we'll take a look at Major League Baseball next on show number 2,479. Clicking them off to 2,500. We're, 21 shows out. Here's Big John's Closeouts, Mike Barnett on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Talking to Mike Barnett, the owner of Big John's Closeouts, proud sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Why buy here from the local guy versus the big box chain stores?
Well, I think, one of the things you have to consider when you're talking about buying local is, you're supporting people that live in your community, that worship with you, that are involved in civic groups with you, that your neighbors, people that you've known for years, and also, the proceeds stay right here in Carter County. They go to not only pay the taxes here and stuff, which any business that exists here does, but it supports athletic programs, it supports nonprofits, it supports needs within the community, maybe where you've got a veteran that has a need or something that we can help offset the cost through discounts or donations, and stuff. Then we get hit with that quite a bit, as far as that nature. So we're able to help the community as well as encourage our young people, both from small all the way up through high school, with banners, sponsoring their sports teams and stuff of that nature. Plus, we have a vested interest in helping the customer that comes in. We want them to get the right item for the job and leave with what they need to finish that job. We want to listen to them, understand what they're doing, and they're not just to us just a number, if you would. They're someone we want to build a relationship with and a friendship with that trust us.
Pretty simple, folks. Be loyal, buy local, and buy from Big John's Closeouts in downtown Elizabethton, where they hammer high prices. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
We're proud to help our region move forward and help reopen every business we can.
I'm going to Tom Taylor Sports Show. Let's take a look at Major League Baseball. Mike Trout did it again last night. This guy's on fire. 3-time American League MVP and 11-time All-Star. Several members of the family in attendance last night. Mike Trout homered on his made his fourth home run in 3 games at Yankee Stadium. Last time somebody did that on 3 home runs in 3 consecutive days with Miguel Cabrera back in 2013. Now, Mike Trout has a chance to make Major League Baseball history today. The Angels are playing, again, the Yankees at Yankee Stadium in an afternoon affair. The only player to homer in 4 straight games within a series in New York, John Mayberry of the Kansas City Royals, way back in 1972. He did it over 3 days due to doubleheaders, but he still did it. Speaking of the Yankees, Garrett Cole, their ace, sidelined since undergoing Tommy John surgery, will make his first rehab start tomorrow night with Double-A Somerset. Team officials deciding between having Cole pitch in a game or in another simulated setting going into his side session yesterday. He threw 42 pitches over 3 innings in a live batting practice, so hoping to get the ace and stab back Garrett Cole soon for the Atlanta Braves. Shohei Ohtani, 10 strikeouts last night. He said the only thing he's wanted yet to win is the Cy Young Award. He's off to a pretty good start to get that. So he strikes out 10 as the Dodgers sweep the New York Mets last night to wrap up that series in Dodger Stadium. And so Shohei Ohtani, the Dodgers, will show you in a minute, best record in baseball. They're out of the gate, as you would expect with everything they did in the offseason, with a pretty good start for manager Dave Roberts and the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Braves, meanwhile, have won 12 out of their first 19, despite the fact that Ronald Acuna Jr. and Austin Riley have both started real slow in the season. Riley hit his first home run on Wednesday, but again, Matt Olson and Ozzie Albies has also homered. The Braves took the Major League lead in runs scored with 106. Pitching staff's one of the top, if not, it's first or second in the league in ERA. So the Braves, Bryce Elder yesterday, 7 strikeouts and 5 2/3 against the Marlins. The Braves own the second best ERA in the league at 2.84, so Atlanta playing some really good baseball right now. And so they will open up a series in Philadelphia, which is a biggie. So you have the Braves, again, playing very, very good baseball, to say the least. And so that's what's going on in the bigs. Let's take a look at the schedule for today. It's a pretty busy schedule for a Thursday, really. You see day games involving the Pirates hosting the Washington Nationals in Pittsburgh. San Francisco will be in Cincinnati. The Giants continue to struggle under first-year manager Tony Vitello. Kansas City will be in Detroit. The Yankees and Angels, we said, at a 1:35 start. So Mike Trout's going to try to hit a home run off Max Fried. He'll be your starter at 2-0 for the Yankees today at Yankee Stadium. Hello, Becky Muncy. Hello to Treva Williams and Michael Stansberry. Some of the folks watching, thank you. Toronto, Milwaukee today. These are all day games. Tampa Bay in Chicago to battle the White Sox. Texas and the A's yesterday. It was Evan Carter batting cleanup, and Carter went 0 for 3, but he walked once, and so Evan Carter was the cleanup batter yesterday for the Rangers. They will finish things up today at 3:05 in California before they head off. Let's see, where do they go tomorrow to start their series? The Rangers will be, in the weekend, they will be, where are you? Rangers will be in Seattle. It's a big one in the American League West. All right, so that's what's going on today. Let's continue it. Baltimore at Cleveland tonight under the lights. Colorado at Houston. And the Mariners will wrap up their series in San Diego. So your best teams in baseball right now, record-wise, in the American League East. Tampa Bay leads that division 10 with a record of 10-7. Minnesota leads the Central at 11-8. And the Athletics at 10-8. And right behind them are the Rangers at 9-9 in Major League Baseball. In the National League, the best team in the East right now, the Atlanta Braves at 12-7. In the Central, Pittsburgh and Cincinnati both tied for the lead. Both the Pirates and the Reds are 11-7. As we said, the best team going away already in baseball are the Los Angeles Dodgers with a record of 14-6. Here's your schedule for this weekend. Got some pretty good matchups. Probably the best one will be two front runners. The Reds will open up a series in Minnesota. Minnesota leads the Central. The Reds are, as we said, tied with the Central lead in the National League with the Pirates. That's going to be a good one. You have the Mets in Chicago starting tomorrow. Baltimore, Cleveland. The Braves tomorrow night will be in Philadelphia. You've got Perez on the mound against Walker for the Phillies. Tampa Bay at Pittsburgh. San Francisco will be in Washington this weekend. The Royals in New York to battle the Yankees. Milwaukee at Miami. Red Sox trying to get it going. They'll be hosting Detroit. That'll be happening at Fenway tomorrow night. Cardinals at Houston. You have the Dodgers in Colorado. San Diego will battle the Angels in Los Angeles this weekend, starting tomorrow night. You also have the White Sox against the Athletics. As we said, Texas will be in Seattle to battle the Mariners tomorrow night. And the Toronto Blue Jays will open up a weekend series in Arizona. That's your Major League schedule for this weekend. So there will be some good matchups. And so we will let you know how things go tomorrow with the series wrap-up of the Rangers today with our buddy Evan Carter, who is, as we showed you the highlights on the show, you've got he had 2 home runs last week in the Dodger Stadium. Had a great sliding catch in center field. Played a heck of a defensive game for the Rangers in L.A., as he always does, the starting center fielder for the Rangers. And so, again, they'll play the series wrap-up against the Athletics today in California. We're live here again, as we told you, at Big John's Closeouts, where they hammer high prices. Got the Cabot deck stains and fence stains on sale, $15 off a gallon till Sunday. That's an incredible price, up to 5 gallons, and you're going to save $75 of the mail-in rebate. Again, right here from Big John's Closeouts. And then the Valspar Medallion Paint. Getting ready to do some painting for spring fix-up. Got those $12 off a gallon. Up to 5 gallons, you can save $60 on Valspar Paint through Sunday, right here at Big John's Closeouts in Elizabeth, where they hammer high prices. We'll take a break. First guest is here, ready to go. Hit a milestone. Not many can say they've won 500 wins in anything. But he did, and he keeps on trucking. He's our buddy, Coach Ken Harden of Elizabethton Softball, next on the Tom Taylor Sports. Brummett Sports Shop in downtown Elizabeth with your favorite school's T-shirts, polos, or hoodies. They can put your school, church, or company's logo on lots of different styles of hats, including Nike and Richardson and now Travis Matthew. Windbreakers, sublimated shirts, pullovers, koozies. They can order for any area school and your favorite team. Dry-fit sleeveless hoodies, Nike dry-fit T-shirts, women's and toddler sizes. You can order any uniform for any sport, including the pants or shorts from Brummett Sports Shop. And they always have a clearance rack to save you money. Plaques, trophies, medals, and ribbons, and all the engraving is done in-house. And they offer hard-to-find Letterman jackets of your favorite school for guys, ladies, and now elementary and middle school athletes too. And they offer all the different sports patches as well. Brumman Sports Shop, downtown Elizabeth, and Facebook, Instagram, website, BrummanSportsShop.com, phone 542-2321, Brumman Sports Shop in downtown Elizabethton. Back on the Tom Dillon Sports Show, look who stopped by. We're glad he did. Our coach from the Elizabethton Lady Cyclone softball team, Coach Kenny Harding. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Doing great. Thank you.
First time we've had you this year.
Yeah.
You've been busy. We've been busy, but we got you. And so, first off, on behalf of the Tom Dillon Sports Show and all of the Cyclone Nation, congratulations. Number 500, folks. Not many can say they've coached 500 wins in anything in any sport, and you've done it. And that's pretty cool. I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Beyond thankful for all the, you know, stuff like that just doesn't happen overnight. It's like we try to tell the girls, you know, you show up, you work hard, good things happen. That's basically what I'd like to think, that I'd like to be the legacy I leave, that's the way we've done things, and just showed up and worked hard, and good things have happened to us, and had a lot of really good teams. You know, you can't do it without the players. You know that as well as anybody. And I'd rate my coaching staff as one of the best anywhere. I would anybody on the bench over there could take over and do the same thing. So, just very humbled when it happened.
Brag on your coaches. Who are they?
John Snodgrass is he does a little bit of everything. He mainly takes care of hitting. He calls the defenses and things, and he's been with me for years now. Does an unbelievable job. And Jeff Pierce, or Coach Pierce, he does all of our conditioning, all of our warm-ups and everything, and the kids absolutely love both those guys, so it makes my job so much easier. Then we've got Annie Willis. Annie Willis is our pitching coach, and she does her full-time JV, so she's been a real blessing to us as well. And then we've got a new coach, the last one, Brooke Thompson, come on. She's new with us, but she's doing she does her game changer scoring stuff, and she helps a lot with our outfielders and stuff. So it's a great bunch.
Great staff. We're live here at Big John's Closeout, talking to Coach Ken Harding. Coming up top of the hour, Ryan Whitten comes to join us, and again, undefeated. They're 7th in the country. They're 19-0 in flag football, trying to run the table and go 20-0. So he'll join us and talk about that coming up here in a little while. Upper Lakes Conference softball, we're winding things out. Tournament's right around the corner, and so again, to remind folks, the 5 teams in our league are Sullivan East, Tennessee High, Daniel Boone, Crockett, and the Elizabethton Lady Cyclones. So where are we right now in the standings?
There's a 3-way tie for second place, and we're in it with Tennessee High and Boone. You know, both really good programs, and Crockett right now is head and shoulders above everybody. They've got a little pitcher, the Delaney kid. It's just unbelievable. But you know, on a given night, that's what's great about this game. Anybody can get anybody. So we've got hope, and we're playing really well right now. So I like our chances.
How many games got left?
We've got about 6 games left. I think 4 on the road and 2 at home. We have to go all the way up to Lee, Virginia, but it's such a beautiful place up there, and they take care of us. It's worth the ride, and they've always got a good team. So I wanted to see somebody really good before the tournaments, and they are. But that's it. I think we're 17-6 right now, and that's a pretty good record for what we started with. It really is.
District tournament is at our place this year.
We've got it. The turf, the new fence. We've got a little bit of everything to offer everybody. You know, we were supposed to have it last year, and with the construction around there, we went ahead and traded off, and which is probably better for us anyhow. So it was a good thing, but we got a lot to offer there, and you know, I think the teams enjoy playing here because we do have a great facility. I think it's one of the best in the area, and you're odd you're here at Big John's today. They've done a lot for us too, as far as getting us where we're at. When we were building our building down there, the advice was unbelievable. He saved us a bunch of money and helped us like you wouldn't believe. So he has a big part in what we've done.
He being Mike Barnett, he's going to be on the show coming up next. So
Yes, sir. You can tell him. You can tell him how much our whole softball program appreciates what he done for us.
he's a great guy, folks.
sir.
Mike Barnett's good for this community. So, Coach Michael Stansbury says, congratulations, Coach. Win number 500. So, yeah, it's a big deal. On any sport, any level, you get 500 wins. That means you've had some great players and you've got some longevity, and so he's got both. And so it's a good thing, and we're honored to have him. We'll get a chance to call some of these games, we hope, in the tournament, because that's when it cranks up. And so you play for May, and it's coming, the district tournament. Who are some of the girls? I know we honored 2 seniors a couple of nights back. You had Piper K. Bennett and Sadie Williams. Is that correct?
Yeah, they're both having good years. They've leadership roles unbelievable with these two. They've taken a lot off of me. They take care of a lot of things, and it's good when you've got kids that'll step up and do that. They're both playing good in the field, both hitting the ball well. Sadie's got, I think, 8 or 9 home runs now. She's absolutely killing the ball and unbelievable at third. Piper's just solidified right field for us. So it's big to have 2 like that, especially in an upper class, to set an example.
So I know it changes from time to time, but by and large, go around the infield. Give your set lineup more times than not. You start.
It's been close to set this year, probably as close as I've been in a while. We try to give breaks every now and then, try to let people take a little time off and things like that. And it starts in the circle. Lacey Gobble's having a phenomenal year. She went and 3-hit Boone last night, and that just don't happen. And I think she's won 12 ball games this year on the mound. She's been unbelievable for us, and good hitter too. But when she doesn't play, when she doesn't pitch, we usually end up with the Hanson kid, a freshman. Her and Emily Whitson behind the plates come in there as a freshman catcher. Those 2 stay together. We've actually got a good rotation there, but they've both done really, really good things for us. And it's hard coming in as a new guy sometimes. And then at first base, it's been shared as well with Ava Hanson, which pitches some, and Gracie Shepard, another freshman. Second base has been mostly Lacey when she's not pitching. Sometimes Ava, sometimes Addie Campbell's been there. It's just been by committee there. But the Grider kid she's shortstop. She's having an unbelievable season, hitting and everything. She's just a tough out. She's batting like .530 right now, and that doesn't happen in our conference either. But she's solidified short, and it's just she hits the ball hard just about every time. It's been something special to watch. And then Sadie at third, we've already talked about her. And I think I've got the best defensive catcher in the conference right now. The Sparks kid that catches Lacey is just can't say enough about her. She's I don't know that she's had 1 or 2 pass balls all year long. She probably hadn't had that. And I've had 4 different umpires brag on her. They said, I want that kid back there when I'm behind the plate. So that's special there.
Then you look in the outfield. Who you got out there for the Lady Cyclones?
It's been by committee and left. We've had Emily Whitson plays out there some. Lila Harden plays out there some. Her little basketball player, and she's come alive and started hitting the ball really well for us, getting on base a lot, which is big. And then Gracie actually goes out there some, little Shepherd kid that plays first. It's a very versatile bunch of players, and that really helps. And then we have the best center fielder in East Tennessee, and I'll tell that to anybody. I joke with Adrian all the time. I said when that mouth goes open, the ball's caught. We've aggravated her to death. And it's sort of funny, but she can run down anything, and you could just about let her cover the entire outfield. And she's having a great season at the plate too, hitting the ball hard. So she's really stepped up this year in the junior class. And then, like I said, Piper does right field for us. And we've got a lot of kids that come in and help us pinch running and doing things like that. So it's a really good little team.
Amy Whitson says, we are absolutely honored to have Coach Hart and all the coaching staff for our girls. They're wonderful. So how about that? There you go. Makes you feel good, doesn't it? Makes me feel good because I'm sitting beside him. So
it does.
You go into the tournament, so let's look down the road because we just spoke of who's in our tournament, our conference. So down the road, who would be a team that you'd be paying attention to?
I think Greenville. We played Greenville in the preseason. They're a real close ball game, but they've actually upset Crockett this year, and they're leading the conference down there right now. Their record's not great, but they're like us. They play a lot of really good teams. and Granger's always good down there. It'll be between Greenville, Granger, and Volunteer. Will be the two of the teams that'll come out of their district down there. So if we're fortunate enough to get out of the district and make it to the region, it'll be one of them.
The young lady that pitched for Volunteer a couple of years back, is she still there? She finally graduated.
No, she finally graduated. It seemed like she's there 15 years, didn't
Wow,
it?
she
Man,
could-
she was a player.
She could play. Yep.
She's actually pitching at Virginia Tech. I talked to Coach Jackie about her, Strickler at Volunteer. She got the win over South Carolina in the first of the season. Yeah, she would come in to relieve, and they were behind, and Tech come in and scored a bunch of runs, and she got a win off of it. So it's how would you like to beat an SEC team, your first win in college?
That's pretty big.
It is.
But it really shows and compliments our league, how good our league is in Northeast Tennessee softball.
Oh yeah, and our conference, we're dealing with, and I'm not one of those that just talks about numbers, that, but we're dealing with three of the biggest schools in 4A. Crockett, Boone, and Tennessee High have got the highest enrollment. 3A, and but you can just put 10 on the field, so we can't use that excuse. We just got to play,
Line up and go.
and it'll make you better too. You have to get better.
So tomorrow night, Sevier County's in town, and then the tournament actually starts when?
It'll start on Friday the 1st of May. That'll be the 4-5 game, and then everybody goes to the tournament. It's not an elimination game or anything, but we'll carry it up good Monday. Monday will be your 1-4-2-3 matchup.
You're in the heat of the battle right now. I know several coaches have had the chance to sit beside them when they've hit a milestone. I remember Coach Van Huss back in the day over at DB. He said, at this point I'm coaching, caught up in the season. Maybe when it's over I'll sit down and reflect, and he did. We sat down and talked about it. So right now you're in the heat of the battle, but again, 500 wins in any sport at any levels, very impressive. So at this point, what's it mean to Kenny Harden?
It's just special for the kids I've had. We were over at Boone last night and saw a kid that graduated in 06 and come and talk to me. That's the big meaning of it. And Kira Dillard picked on me for 4 years. Loved the kid. She sent me a message, said, that means you're getting really old, doesn't it, Coach? So just things like that. And all the memories you take with it's what it means more than any of the wins, really.
Don Heading says, we love Coach Harden, great coach, and we are blessed to have him and all the coaching staff. So there you go. You got parents loving you out here. And understandably so, he's a great guy. And so everybody knows at this point he went through some adversity last year, lost his wife, and so he's kind of rallied the troops and pulled himself up by his bootstraps and kept on going. The boys doing pretty good up at T.A. Duggar, isn't he?
It seems to be. They lost one last night, and I got to talk to him late coming in the driveway. He lives next door, and he gets heartbroken every time he loses one. But, he's come along, hardest working coach around. He works harder than I do. He knows you're going to lose some. When you line up, you're going to. But I think he does a good job getting the kids ready for high school.
Talking about Corey Harden, his son, who coaches baseball at T.A. Duggar. Speaking of, I know you're keeping track because that's your future players. What's going on with T.A. Duggar softball?
T.A. Duggar's got, they don't have many 8th graders, but they've played. Josh Pate's done a great job up there with those kids. They've played a lot of ball this year. They're getting better, and they've got the little Perkins kid that pitches, and she'll be one of the best, I think, to ever pitch at Elizabeth. And the way the kid works, get calls from her and her dad all the time wanting to use the field and things, and come on, it's yours like we do for anybody else. But she's got a chance to be really good, and we've got a couple of others that'll play real athletic, so it'll help the program.
Is there a cooler guy anywhere than Josh Pate? I mean, he is awesome.
Oh, unbelievable!
He is unbelievable.
He does flyers for us. Our big veterans game, which was something really special this year. He does a lot for us too.
Sat beside him all basketball season, kept the book for the guys' games. I'm telling you, he is awesome. Never complains. Has every reason, I guess, to complain, but he doesn't. I've said many times on the show, if the world, everybody was like Axel Steins and Josh Pate, this would be a better world, because those guys, they just go out and do it. Never complain, never let the setbacks bother them. They just keep on trucking.
Yeah, and and his daughter's had a really good year. She's a little 6th grader back there catching one of the best pitchers in the area, and she's done a great job with it. Fun kid too.
So every time I have him on, I always ask him to grade his teams. So right now, A, B, C, or D, where would you grade Lady Cyclone softball?
After last night, we have to be in the high B's, I think. That was one. We've played a lot of good games. I don't mean that. And we scored a lot of runs this year. We're hitting the ball well. But we played a team down in Pigeon Forge from up north. It's drawing a blank right now, the name of the team. But when you watch them warm up and you watch the things we did, I'm telling you, they'd beat us 9 out of 10 times. And we played like we did last night and shut them out. So, and last night, you know what a program Boone has. You know, they don't rebuild, they reload. You know how that is. But girls played really good last night. I think we're if things keep going like they're going, I think we've got a chance.
This is the first time in a long time we haven't had a Johnson on the team, right?
I miss those. I miss those kids too. I hope we can get Maggie in here coaching with us. She's unbelievable. She's doing a great job up Johnson County. She helps with their junior high program up there, and she's really helped them drastically. I'd like to get her back in here. And Molly is starting catcher at Milligan now as a sophomore, and proud of that kid.
Good peeps.
Yeah, I had her, Sean and I together since about T-ball coach pitch and everything else, and she's always been a barrel of fun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've had either a Maggie or Molly Johnson on the Cyclone softball team for, I guess, probably probably 8 years or so, right?
And their parents too. The parents, Sean and Angie, set a standard at our program for helping and doing things, and in 4 years of Maggie being there, Sean never ever mentioned anything about his kid playing or where they were at or anything. He would have supported me if I'd have stood his kids on the outside of the fence and said, "You can only watch today." And that's the type of parents you need. When if you really have a good team and have a chance.
Rob Pritt says, "Congratulations, Coach Harden, on 500 wins." So it's a big deal, folks. As we said, on any level in any sport, to get that milestone. So we appreciate you coming by. So tomorrow night, Sevier County, what time?
Sevier County at 6 o'clock. He wanted a little bit later start so they could get up here after school and have a little time to enjoy it. And our buddy's Pizza Inn down there, Eric, I'm sure he always gives the teams that come in here a good deal if they come down there and eat. So we like to send him a little business too there.
There you go. Man, I'm proud of you. Congratulations. This guy's a good guy, folks. He's a good person. We appreciate his friendship a bunch. We'll take a break. We'll be right back. We're here again. Coming up top of the hour, going to be joined by Ryan Witten, the undefeated Milligan number 7th ranked team in the country, the flag football team. Won again last night. They're 19-0. Wow. They're trying to run the table and finish out 20-0 before the tournament starts. That's a pretty impressive thing. So we'll have him at the top of the hour. Then later on, Joseph Taylor talking Tennessee sports. Coming up next, Mike Barnett, the owner of Big John's Closeouts, here on show number 2479, heading for 2500 for the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Very simple. It happens every day. Tell us how we can do it.
Yeah, all you got to do is give us a call. We brought 2 yesterday, actually, but you just give us your name and your birthday and tell us where your prescriptions are at right now, and we'll call that pharmacy, get everything brought over. A lot of times people are nervous about moving because they're afraid something doesn't have refills or something can't be transferred. And when that's the case, we'll call those doctors, get you new prescriptions, and take care of everything, really. It's like the people, one of them we had transferred yesterday, said they'd been trying for about 3 days to get medicine refilled, and just wasn't happening, and was frustrated and asked if we could do better, and called, got everything transferred. Took maybe 15 or 20 minutes, and we had to call the doctor on one, which waiting on doctors can sometimes be a little time-consuming, but they got that called in, and by the afternoon we had everything ready for her.
There you go, folks.
So,
it's just that easy. If you're not happy where you're getting your prescriptions filled, come to the Lingerfield Drug Center. The phone number to call and talk to you about it is?
it's 423-542-2138.
There you go. One of our great sponsors right here of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Get your prescription changed to a mom-and-pop pharmacy that still cares about their people and still wants to give you 100% customer satisfaction. It's right here at Lingerfield Drug Center beside Carter County Bank in downtown Elizabethton. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Tom Taylor Sports Show, graduation, Mother's Day. What do you got for us here from the Jeweler's Bench?
We have lots of stuff, Tom. We've got Pandora, we have watches, we have a Newton, pearls, diamonds, diamond earrings, you name it. We got it.
Yep. Birthstones.
Birthstones.
Year-round birthstones, of course. Pearls, you mentioned watches. So they run the gamut, graduation, guys and girls, and certainly for Mother's Day. Liberal layaway policy. Tell us about your layaway policy.
So put it in layaway, make a down payment, and then as long as you're making a monthly payment, we give you typically as long as you need.
So graduations, Mother's Day, right around the corner. Stop by here. Hours are open.
We're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and on Saturday, 9:30 to 4.
And how do we find you on social media?
Facebook and Instagram, and then website is jewelersbench10.com.
And the phone number is 423.
542-5600.
There you go. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports. Tom Taylor Sports Show, your jewelry needs for Mother's Day and graduation, right here at the Jewelers Bench in Elizabethton. He's always ready. I said, you ready? Off air, he said, ready as we're going to get. So he's always ready. Love this guy. This man's such a great, you just heard Coach talk about it, that he really helped out down there doing some fixing up around the field for the Lady Cyclones. He helps with animal shelter. He helps with Liberty Celebration. There's more things. He helps out under the umbrella of Mike Barnett and Big John's Closeouts he probably wants to talk about. But he's a good guy, folks, and we're honored to come in here once a month and promote his product. We got some good stuff to talk about. First off, good morning. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Good. So
We went from winter to summer, didn't we?
Amen.
With some of this weather
Amen.
we're getting, and we're dry. I'm thinking I talked to some of my friends out at church last night, our Awanas and stuff, and they're needing rain bad on their hay fields. It's really going to affect their first cut. And a lot of people don't think about that, but this kind of weather can have an adverse effect on these farmers. First cut needs to be one of your best cuts, and a lot of these boys they fertilize, and ladies fertilize their fields, and then all of a sudden the rain's been a little bit sparse for spring, really.
Well, typically the old saying, April showers bring May flowers. We ain't had much April rain. So let's see. We've got Jessica Grider saying nobody better than Coach Hart and his team. We're blessed with these coaches leading our girls on and off the field. Well, let me finish what it says here. We love all of them. So that's very nice. Hello to George Young. Hello to Jason Campbell. Thank you guys and ladies for watching the show. We're here at Big John's Closeouts. Be loyal. Buy local. The chains don't support the Tom Taylor Sports Show. The chains don't support Cyclone Sports like this gentleman does in the capacity that he does. We got steel on sale. I thought about you yesterday. I was running my weed eater. I ran my chainsaw.
Oh, you've got a little bit of everything going on, don't you?
I got some downtime. I got the hedge trimmer, and I got the leaf blower. Using all four. Got steel, made in America, right here at Big John's Closeouts. And we got some discounts on these.
Yeah, finally, Steel, has a lot of distributors across, all over the country, really. And so, their spring deals, which started basically April the 13th and will go through the end of June. They got a little behind getting some of their shipments out. So we just actually got our spring deals in just a couple of days ago, and we're still putting some of the stuff out. But they've got a lot of good deals. It's more heavy to the battery side of the steel product line, but they still have deals on their gas powered stuff. And I brought a few items up here. We'll go over. But when you start talking about getting in your spring deals, also the things that come in is a lot of your trimmer heads and stuff that a lot of your guys that do a lot of mowing and homeowners that have a lot of trimming to do with their straight shaft trimmers or whatever. We've got all the heads in now. We've got straps in now. We've got sprayers in now. Files, everything to maintain your thing, or get replacement parts. We pretty much got that in right now. We're in pretty good shape with our oil and stuff as far as mixing oil and stuff of that nature and stuff. So if you getting out there working around, you need more trimmer line and stuff. We got all of our trimmer line all the way from the smallest to the large, and some of the specialty lines that people like. So we've got a lot of the basic parts that you need in, but Steel's running quite a bit of stuff on sale here in this spring deal, and I'll start with pretty much about the same thing that me and you've got, and I'll just move it around a little bit, and people can see it a little bit.
I'll be your Vanna. I'll hold you. I'll be your Vanna.
Of course, that is your battery powered trimmer and stuff of that nature, the FSA 57, and that is going to be $30 off.
That's the one I've got, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
And that's the one I have also. And they're light, You know, they're not feather light, but they're a whole lot lighter than a gas powered unit. And of course, this thing's on sale $30 off. It's normally $249.99. You know, that'll make it $219. We do a discount next line, so it drops it down. It does come with your AK-20 battery, so it's not the smallest battery in the AK series. It's the middle one. The AK-20 comes with your charger.
Yeah, that's a
And
cool
everything
part.
of that nature. So, you know, you get everything there for $219. You know, you can just pop that battery in. It charges up very quick. Get out there, not a lot of noise. It runs very quiet. Does a real good job unless you're into real big, you know, tough, you know, grass and weeds. I mean, even some of the tougher grasses it'll cut. But, you know, when you get into brawlers and stuff like that, you need something a little bit larger than that. But for the homeowner, you know, somebody that just has a small amount of trimming around a fence line, driveway or something, you know, that's ideal.
That's
You know,
I
it
swear
just
by
works
it.
great as far as that goes. I don't have one because we're still putting some of these things together, but I do want to also throw out there the BGA 57 handheld blower, which is like what me and you both have. It is $50 off, and it's an excellent deal, which, you know, it's regular $219, you know, so you're getting it for a considerable amount less, and so it works out really well. They
So-
also have a chainsaw. They have the next one up from what me and Tom bought, and I'm going to get it while he sets that down.
I want to show you real quick about their batteries. If folks say, well, is it hard? You fumble around the batteries and this and that. Watch this. Pop it out. That's all you got to do. Pop it in. You put it once. Push it twice. You're ready to go. Let me show you how simple it is again. Because when he first started telling me, let's try and get you on a battery powered, I guess it was last summer, summer before last. Okay. I hear about all these other companies, these other product lines that have a cumbersome battery and so on and so forth. Watch this again. Pop it right there on this button. Pop straight out.
And
Push it
you
back
can,
in
you know,
once.
and you can push it in once, and it'll hold
Push it
in the
full-
unit, but it won't run.
Right.
So you can store it. Let's
Yeah.
say your battery still has quite a bit of charge, and you've got a button you can push there, and it'll show you the amount of charge that your battery's got on the very end right there. And you know, you can just push it in once. It will hold the battery into the unit. Push it in twice, and then it runs. So that way you can store the battery right there with your
Slick.
item that you've got. So
Slick. I
makes
love
it work. And then, you know, the next thing they've got is this MSA, and we've got larger ones, but this is a really good, you know, basic cleanup saw. You can just let it lean over.
I don't want to
whatever.
fall.
We can-
Just-
you know, I'll set it down in a minute. But
Just don't
this
move your chair leg.
MSA 60 chainsaw, that's on sale $50 off also.
This one I got.
That's a slight bit different than our models. That's an updated version. You know, they change model numbers, you know, on a every few year basis where they've changed some of the parts and pieces and stuff. We've not charged the battery up and stuff, but that's a good cleanup saw. Tree limbs, small trees that come down and stuff works extremely well. Like I say, it's on sale. You know, you've got it for $50 off. It's normally $349, so you're getting it for under $300 before tax. And it also comes with you know, it comes with the AK-20 battery and the charger also. So, and we have all them in stock. All these have just come in, so we've got a good amount as far as that goes. And so, you know, it's really good. So, you know, you've got those. You've got a lot of other things that are on sale, you know, that they're running as far as that goes. Some of the smaller items, some of the bigger items, bigger saws and stuff of that nature. They're also running a few select items on sale for in the gas line and everything. One of them is one of the more popular homeowner size chainsaws, 16-inch bar, MS-172. A lot of people remember like the old MS-170 and 180s. This is pretty much the replacement for that with 16-inch, you know, like I say, bar and chain. You know, that is on a sale, $30 off, normally $249.99. So you've got it for $219.99. So if you're looking for a gas-powered saw, it'll cut medium-sized trees and stuff of that nature. You've got that on sale. Works out real well. And then the next thing is probably the most popular straight shaft trimmer, and it's going to be hard to show it, but you know, we can lean it up back here behind me and Tom. But the FS
I'll hold it for you. Best I can.
56 straight shaft trimmer, is probably Steel's best-selling straight shaft that they've got. Got a good size line on it, 80 line. Got good power. We'll do a lot of trimming, especially if you've got a mid-size to a large yard with a lot of trimming to do. You know, that thing works extremely well. It's also $30 off. It's normally $259.99, so you're getting $30 off on their best-selling straight shaft. That will not take a blade, though. If people are looking for something where they can go out, cut down a whole lot of briars or small saplings and stuff, they'll have to step up to like an FS91 or something that will take a regular tri-arc blade or a saw blade. But we have those. They're not on sale right now with Steel, but we do have them in stock. So, you know, we can work with you. We've got gas cans. You know, we've got everything you need to get you going and get you starting if you're buying, you know, a gas-powered unit as far as that goes. You know, we even have, you know, some of the protective stuff like chaps and things of that nature if you're into it. We've got a lot of safety glasses, both Steel safety glasses as well as some that we buy from DeWalt, and then some off brands that we keep also, depending on what price range you're looking for. You can get your safety glasses here. We've got gloves. We've got quite a few work gloves and things of that nature. A lot of people don't, you know, think maybe necessarily of what all you need, but you know, you need a lot of different things if you're out there working and you're working in the yard and stuff. You want to protect yourself, you know, you want to protect your eyes. You know, we've got earplugs and things of that nature. We've even got regular headphone type things that you can get here also, you know, to protect your hearing and stuff of that nature. So it's very important to, you know, think about safety when you're using anything, whether it's gas or it's battery.
The cool part about this, at least for me, I don't know about you, but they're already put together. All you got to do is go home and use them. So they don't come in a box with instructions from you can't read. It's like you come in, you purchase it, it's put together. They even showed me more than once how to restring my trimmer.
And
So-
we're glad to do that. And we'll
Yes.
show you, you know, what you need to know about the various units. Any gas unit that we sell, we are required to start them. Unless the customer says, listen, I don't want, you know, I'm hauling it inside my vehicle. I don't want the gas smell, you know, then we will bypass that. But still basically encourages us to start all the gas items, make sure they run. So we keep pre-mixed fuel up here that we can fill up like their trimmers and stuff. If it's a chainsaw, we put both gas and bar oil in it, start it up, make sure it's running and things of that nature. We show you how to start it, how to choke it, get it running. We also show you how to turn it off as far as that goes. And we have a lot of people. You're not the only one, Tom, that comes in and says, hey, will you show me again, you know, how to feed this line through here or how to wrap this line. You know, if you don't want to go through all that, we do have the replacement, you know, spools already wound for a lot of your, battery powered units that take the smaller spools and stuff, smaller line. We have the replacement cartridge to you just take the bottom off, put a new cartridge in, you know, undo it and snap that bottom back on. You're ready to go.
Maybe that's what I need to get today before I leave here.
Well, if we can find them, like I say, Travis has been working through a box that was about as tall as he was. It was packed full of trimmer heads, trimmer line, chaps, all kind of straps, for the different trimmers that use a strap, that have the loops and stuff, sort of the bike handle thing. So he's had his head buried in that box for the last 2 days.
Last time I came in here, it's a running joke, and so I walk in the trimmer. He says, "The guy can call a ball game, but he can't string a weed trimmer." I said,
Yeah, and I think Travis's wife gives you a hard time over that too, doesn't she?
Yes, she does.
Oh, yeah.
That's good. Now, everything he's talked about, folks, it's up here. Product knowledge. He's the owner of the store, of course. We've been telling you throughout the week. You got the Cabot stains on sale
Yeah, that runs through this weekend.
Sunday. $15 off a gallon up to 5 gallons. That's $75 you're going to save on Cabot stains for decks and fences. Then if you're doing some spring fix-up, Valspar Medallion paint, $12 off a gallon up to 5 gallons. That's $60 you're going to save. Valspar paint's good paint, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. The Medallion is your paint and primer. We keep all the bases. We can pre-mix the colors for you. Just come in. You can pick off their chart. A color if that's what you want. We keep them flat. Satin, semi-gloss. That sale is both for Medallion interior and exterior. So regardless of what you're trying to do, or how special color that maybe you need to go with your decor, we can fix you up. We've got all the rollers. We've got paint brushes galore. Everything from small to large in that, roller covers, paint pans, paint liners, drop cloths, you name it. We've got what you need. Masking tape, that we keep the blue masking tape, it's like a 7-10 day release, so it doesn't mess up your trim and stuff and pull the paint off of it, when you remove your tape, if you use your tapes and stuff.
There's a lot of reasons why I trade here. Number one, because of him. Plus, it's Be Loyal, Buy Local. This is it right here. He takes the money he makes, enters around, invests in the community. One of the things I like about Mike Barnett, he tries to get as much American-made products in here as he possibly can. And it's growing. There's more and more companies that are kind of springing back up and come back alive, and we appreciate that. So you try and do as much American-made as you can, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we look for it. We even have, a little bit of LVT flooring, the waterproof flooring that's American-made. You don't find that much of it, but there is a little bit out there, if you look at it. And, of course, we know Worcester brush and mowing faucets are primarily American-made, and, and then, of course, steel and stuff of that nature, is American-made. We're going to talk about some other items that are made in America on the next segment, too, that we stock here that maybe people don't think of us when they're looking at it.
Mm-hmm. Spring Fix-Up coming up. We'll take a look at that in the next segment. Hours are open.
We're here 7:30 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 on Saturday, closed on Sunday.
Where do we find you on social media?
Well, you can go to Experts with an S at Big John's with an S, Closeouts with an X.com. Cabinet issues, questions, setting up measurements, whatever you may want to do in cabinets, you can send it to cabinets with an S at BigJohnsCloseouts.com. They can personally email me if they have a question or some information they want, or whatever, at Mike, M-I-K-E, at BigJohnsCloseouts.com.
There you go. And, of course, the main thing, phone number,
423-542-4755.
There you go. Love coming over here. Love coming once a month. Can't wait to do it. We always book a month out. Always like hanging out with him. So whether we're talking wintertime stuff, a couple of shows back, now we're in the midst of obviously a very warm spell here in spring. It's almost like it's June and July, but that's okay. So, again, be loyal, buy local, buy right here, Big John's Closeouts with the hammer high prices. See you back in a little while.
All righty.
Coming up next, take a look at some NBA and National Hockey League. NBA playoffs have started. NBA playoffs, rather, have started. The National Hockey League starts this weekend. All that and a whole lot more, plus some high school sports coming up. Right after this, one of our great sponsors, good folks from Northeast Community Credit Union on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 2479. We'll be right back after you see this, and we'll go up here and find it, and we'll talk about, she's going to talk about, I know you don't want to hear it, but it's coming, Christmas Club from Northeast Community Credit Union. It's I'm not even going to tell you how close it is. It's not that far away at all. We'll do that right after this from Farm Bureau. Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors. Christmas Club savings account for next year. Tell me about it.
Yes, let's talk about it, because now you're going to have 12 months to do this. What better time than right now to open your Christmas Club savings? There's no cost on this. This is just something that we can help you transfer automatic funds, either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, out of your check. So that way you won't even have to worry about it. And each time that you have that transferred, either you can do it yourself or deposit into this account, or we can have automatic draft set up. That's just convenient for you. And like I said, it's just another sub account to your savings and checking at Northeast Community Credit Union. So if you have any questions, visit bemycu.org or come in and see us at one of our convenient locations, or call 423-547-1200.
And you cut checks when? Next year? October, November? So when you get your checks?
Yes.
Save it up all year?
Yeah, so direct deposit could be your monthly paycheck.
Okay.
And so you can allocate a percentage of that paycheck into the Christmas Club. And that way, when you get to October, November, it's going to be built up. And so it's a great feature, and people love it.
The Christmas Club savings account for Christmas 2024?
Yes.
from Northeast Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, we are live here, ready to go. NBA playoffs last night. Steph Curry, 35 points. He still got it, folks. Brought the Warriors from 13 down to beat and stun the Clippers, 126-121. In the play-in game, Clippers eliminated. And so the Warriors keep on going. They'll play Phoenix tomorrow night with a chance to win that. And then they'll turn right around and play the Oklahoma City Thunder in the first round if they win that. So other game last night, it was Orlando and Philadelphia, the 76ers eliminating the Magic, beat them by 12 last night. Tomorrow night, Charlotte will be at Orlando and Golden State at Phoenix. Then the playoffs get started in earnest. You start on Saturday. Toronto will be at Cleveland, Minnesota in Denver to battle the Nuggets. New York will be hosting Atlanta, and the Lakers will be at home against Houston. The Rockets on Saturday, game one of that series, all those series. On Sunday, you've got Philadelphia and Boston, that age-old rivalry between the 76ers and the Celtics all the way back to the Wilt Chamberlain and Bill Russell days, and it's still an intense rivalry. And then the San Antonio Spurs will be hosting Portland in game one of their series. Those are on Sunday night. So the NBA playoffs are up and running. We'll keep you posted on those as they start. And again, nothing tonight. Tomorrow night you got Charlotte at Orlando, and Golden State will be at Phoenix tomorrow night in the NBA games that will determine who moves on in those particular ball games. So it's a survival game tomorrow night for both of those teams. National Hockey League final games of the regular season tonight on the ice, and then they'll crank it up. Playoffs. The Predators, unfortunately, did not make it this year. Tonight you got St. Louis skating in Utah. The Predators' final night on the ice in Nashville against Anaheim. San Jose skates in Winnipeg tonight. LA will be at Calgary. Edmonton hosting Vancouver. And the Colorado Avalanche, one of the top teams all season long, hosting Seattle tonight in the National Hockey League. All 16 teams have been determined for the postseason. There's 3 teams in the Pacific Division still battling out for seeding. And over in the non-playoff teams, there are still some unresolved spots in the draft lottery, which will be coming up on May the 5th. So right now, here's what you've got. If you take a look at the upcoming National Hockey League playoffs, it goes like this. Right now, as it stands, will be Buffalo skating against the Boston. This is in the Eastern Conference. The Sabres and the Bruins. Tampa Bay will skate against the Montreal Canadiens. Carolina, the Hurricanes. We are Caniacs. Brandon Young and Dara Young in the Young household here in Elizabeth. And she is nuts over the Hurricanes. She is a Caniac, as she calls herself. The Carolina Hurricanes will skate against the Ottawa Senators and the Battle of Pennsylvania. The Pittsburgh Penguins will skate against the Philadelphia Flyers in the opening round of the Stanley Cup playoffs in the Eastern Conference. In the Western Conference, the Colorado Avalanche will take on the LA Kings. The Dallas Stars will battle the Minnesota Wild. The Vegas Golden Knights will be hosting, or I should say traveling to Utah to play the Mammoth. And the Edmonton Oilers will take on Anaheim Ducks, and that's what's going on there. In the final games of the regular season tonight, St. Louis skates at Utah. The Predators home against Anaheim and Nashville. They're out of the playoffs again this year. San Jose and Winnipeg. The Kings in Calgary. Edmonton hosting Vancouver. And the Colorado Avalanche, as we said, playing host to Seattle. That's what you got going on tonight. And the final night of the regular season of the National Hockey League. So it's a transition time, obviously. Got the NBA playoffs starting. Got the National Hockey League playoffs starting. Got Major League Baseball up and running, college baseball and college softball very much starting to take front and center now, as they should, because the basketballs are done with the girls and the guys. And so that's what's going on. Of course, we have high school sports. We're going to take a look at that coming up right here after the break. And so it's a busy time in the world of sports. Again, a carryover time, if you will, transition. And so you got some college teams going through the spring football practice this weekend, trying to wrap it up for them. So busy time, lots of sports going on. We'll take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll talk more. We'll break down, take a look at some high school sports right after this. We're on the road to Big John's Closeouts with hammer high prices, and appreciate you all supporting him. Be loyal and buy local and support Big John's Closeouts. It's a mom and pop business. You just talk to the pop, the owner. That's him. And then we've got coming up right after this break, he's in the house. The undefeated Milligan University 7th-ranked Lady Buffalo flag football team. Going to try and run the table. Is that not awesome? That is awesome. Ryan Witten joins us next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
All right. We ready for story time? Yes, Warren?
Mrs. Turner, for your last day, We would like to tell the story.
Okay.
Once upon a time, in this town, a little girl named Meredith Turner was born. And she grew up right here.
She went to this very school and graduated right here. She went away for a short time to learn to be a teacher.
But she came back to teach right here.
She got married and raised a family right here. Our moms and dads had you as their teacher right here.
And we do too. So right here, we'd all like to say,
We love you, Mrs. Turner!
Back in the Tom Daly Sports Show, look who stopped by. Yeah, he's on a roll.
Yeah.
And you think of this, before we even get into starting talking about flag football. We talked about this last time you were here. Ironically enough, it was here. So Coach Whitten's here with us. Jason, 2 state championships in Texas, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Sean, 2 state championships and state runner-up here in Elizabethton. And now we got this gentleman who's got his team 19-0, 7th in the country, and on a roll. So you're going to try and roll the dice and run the table. Who you got coming up? Campbellsville?
Yeah, we're at Campbellsville to finish the season off. So I got you say all that. The Whitten boys have lots of support, and that's why we're able to do what we do. So you see all those wins and things like that, championships. But at the end of the day, it's about the relationships, like me and you and all the people that come across. Through the avenue of sports, we get to do what we do, and so look how many people that you meet, if you've met, and just you want to continue to build those relationships, because that's what at the end of the day, those trophies will gather dust, and it's those relationships that'll get you to where you want to be.
Absolutely. But back in the day when they were little guys, 3 little sponges named Jason, Sean, and Ryan sat around and listened day after day, month after month, year after year by Coach Dave Ryder. It's obviously carrying over, and so he is and would be and is very proud of these guys, his grandson. So
there was no cartoons or toys; it was all ball. So if you wanted to watch TV, you had 4 choices. You could either watch the baseball game, the basketball game, the football game, or you could watch film. That was the 4. As your four choices.
No Bugs Bunny.
There's no Bugs Bunny. There's
no Roadrunner.
No Roadrunner. There's
Mimi.
no Yeah, you had to go to your friend's house to watch that, and please don't tell. Please don't tell. That was the way you had to go. There was no toys either. There was no He-Man or G.I. Joes or Hot Wheels.
Football.
No, it was you had your choice what you wanted to do. You could either play those sports or soccer ball or whatever it may be.
And the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah.
Let's talk about these girls.
Yeah.
I mean, they've responded to your coaching and done a very, very good job. So what's been the key to the success for Milligan flag football?
Well, I think it's just the experience. The first year we were all of us were just swimming in deep water and kind of figuring out the game. And once that season ended, I told Kelly that, hey, if I was going to do this, that I needed to take about 2 weeks and really dive into the women's flag game. And she allowed me to do that and kind of change a little bit the way we were doing things. And so it's all about the players, and that's how you win games is the players. And I think the things that we've talked about on here before, that's what we've really implemented in our program, and the orange and black, the grit, the toughness, all the things that team sports teaches you. You can see that on the field. Like, we want to do the small things better than the opponent, and at the end of the day, that's what gets it done.
It's the fastest growing sport in America. The NFL's coming on board, getting ready to sponsor a flag football league of sorts. They're in the talking stage of getting that ready to go sooner than later. So strategically, it's like regular football that we all know about, but it isn't It is and it isn't. So, strategy-wise, what's the keys to be a winner in flag football?
Well, just like tackle, you can't turn the ball over. If you turn the ball over, anytime you get the ball on the in the opposing red zone or on that side of the field, you're going to put points on the board. So the one good thing is there's no punishment for when the ball touches the ground. So they don't wear helmets. So when the ball touches the ground, anytime it's dead. So there's a lot of lateraling. So when you catch the ball, there's in a tackle, I would never lateral the ball to you,
right?
Because if you dropped it, then it'd be fumble. It'd be live. We would only lose those yards. But there's no really punishment. The only punishment would be is if someone intercepted it, and that's highly unlikely with statistics. So when people converge on me, then I can just pitch it to you, and then it can just go on and back and forth and so forth. So that's a little bit of a diverse tool that they use in flag. It's it's hard to run the ball in flag because there's no one to block, right? There's no one to create a hole. But you can have RPOs, and I think really flag coaches and flag games have just really scratched the surfaces on what you can do. Some people run 2 quarterbacks. Some people run like a 2 high coverage. Some people run 4 linebackers. It's just kind of what you have. We try to be as multiple as we can, and we're super athletic. We had a great freshman recruiting class. We started about seven freshmen on our team, so they've really bought in. They kind of what we did was the people that had been there kind of established. They kind of paved the way for the group that's come in, and then our freshmen have really responded. They've just kind of, how it is when you're new, you just kind of got to fit, got to scratch where it itches, right? You just got to kind of fit where you need to, and so they've done a really good job.
Hello, Colby Garland watching, and Junior Campbell and Wayne and Anna Hayes. Thank you, guys. Rick down in Pensacola's watching. Jimmy's in Atlanta watching. Thank you. Got Andy back up in West Virginia watching. Thank you. We're here live again talking to Coach Whitten with Milligan Flag Football. So see if I'm right, because what you're telling me, I would think in the flag football game, speed was probably more important and prevalent than strength, right?
Yeah, speed's
that's it.
Name of the game, right?
Okay.
The length, the size. We're a tall team. Our Mike backers 5'9". We got 2 really tall receivers on the outside. You do need the strength to last, because a lot of the Saturdays you're playing multiple games, so you need the conditioning and that speed and power. You got to have that lateral quickness, elusiveness. Everyone's still, in football, everyone wants speed, power, and size, right?
Sure.
So if you can have those 3 things, you're gonna usually come out on top. So everyone's kind of looking for that. But we're big body. I'm a big, me. I'm a big body language person. How are you going to be when it's 13-12? What kind of response are you going to be when it's hot outside or cold outside or windy or things don't go your way, So it's not always peaches and rainbows and how you're going to dig in, right? So not everyone's going to get the job they want. Not everyone's going to get the paycheck they want. So, that's what life, I think that's what football teaches you is, hey, I'm going to get knocked down. I got to really grind for what I want.
Coach Corn talked the other night with our after one of the baseball broadcasts said, I ask my guys all the time, can you give me your best when your best is needed?
Yes.
I thought, wow, what a profound.
Yeah.
He said, I can't take credit. That was John Wooden, but still, that's very applicable to sports and to life, not just to flag football, but anything. Can you give me your best when your best is needed? That's awesome. So, trying to teach every time we come on, we're trying to teach them. So the football field is different than a standard field, right?
Right. So it's 100 yards instead of 120.
Okay.
The playing surface is 80. So there's the first downs never change. So the first down, the goal line, the end zone. So you're going backwards. So you'd have a safety if the ball went into the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so the 10 on a tackle field is the goal line on a flag field. So then you go every 20 yards. So the 30 would be a first down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the 30, and then the 50, and then the 30, and then again the 10, which would be the goal line. So it's shortened a little bit, and then it's condensed. It's 40 yards wide and 80 yards of playing surface with the 10. But just me personally, the NFL just 2 years ago they branded $32 million. Each team gave $1 million for a flag to be launched. And so I think in the long run, like our stadium, the end zones are black. In the green team, the end zones are black. In Johnson City, the end zones are red. If you're turning on the tube to watch it, because that's the only way it grows, right? More people to the two, right? To the TV screens, the computer screens. So it's just an eyesore when you're trying to figure it out. You know what I mean? The WNBA doesn't change the 3-point range or the goal height.
No.
You know what I mean? So I think they're going to I think they'll eventually lengthen. I think they'll keep the tightness to it because it's only 7v7. But I think because you know what I'm saying? Because it is hard to call. And it's hard for the teams, too, to, like, we're so used to. It's even tricked me sometimes because ball's on the 18-yard line in our tackle brains, but it's really on the 8-yard line.
Because goal line's in the 10.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? And it's hard to, like, when the end zones aren't colored. You know, it doesn't matter whether you're Dallas Cowboys or checkerboard orange. Or like, all the end zones are colored for that reason, you know.
So the goal lines are a 10-yard line.
Yeah, it's like the paint. You know, when you watch those basketball courts that are not painted, it's hard to see.
Great point.
So I think eventually that's where it'll go.
Now, flags, there's one front and back on the sides.
Yeah, so high school plays with 3. High school and below youth, they play with 3. On 2 on the sides and 1 in the back, so easier flag pulls. In college, they just play with 2 on the side, 1 on each side on the hip.
So you pull the flag.
Yep.
You catch the ball. I pull the flag.
Yeah,
plays
goes
dead.
dead. Yep, right.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get first down. Same thing. Just
Same
like
thing, right? The first down barrier doesn't change though, so it's always so if the ball's on the 28-yard line or 18-yard line, and it's 1st and 2, and then we get a 10-yard gain. Now it's 1st and 12. You know what I'm saying? Got it. But it's hard to get them first downs. What you want to get is like pin someone up like 1st and 19. You know, so now they got 3 downs, so they don't get it, and they punt it.
You got to punt. This is an actual kick.
Yeah, punt it. Yeah, and we got 2 really good punters, Parker Bridges and Lily Rummel, who do a really good job of punting it. So it's really an advantage. So as a play caller, you're playing with house money because our punt game's so good that you can throw it on 3rd and 2, and all right, if you don't get it, let's boot that thing. It's gonna go. We're gonna flip the field, and then now they got to drive the length of the field.
So in a controlled high school scrimmage, you kick the ball and the ball's dead.
Right.
But you just practice the punt game. So in flag football, is the punt return live? Can they return it?
They can return it, but they can catch it off the bounce. But once they touch it, if they bobble it at any moment, they don't want collisions, no contact.
Right.
So it's kind of like basketball picks and so forth. So
if I catch in the air like that,
you're gone. You're gone.
It's a live ball.
Okay. We've had a few punt returns this season on our team.
Really?
Yeah. So it's exciting.
You went and beat Emmanuel University 39-14. You're now 19-0 with 1 game left in Campbellsville. How good are they?
They're pretty good. They're 9-9. They've had injuries, and so it'll be we'll get their best when we go up there Saturday. It'll be we'll get everything we want with them. So they're kind of our rival. This will be the 11th time. We're kind of like the green team for us at Elizabeth, and they're our rival. This will be the 11th time we've played in 3 years. So it's really it's important for our team to be ready. We're going to get their best. It's going to be if we come out, it's going to take everything we have. But our team's resilient. They've really done a really good job of just taking every challenge and just really raising the standard of where we want to go. And I have the best group. I mean, win, lose, or draw. I really they travel great. They're put a product on the field that everyone's proud of. Dr. Greer, President Wares. Everyone's just, when they see us, they're just they're proud of the way we play, and that's important.
Absolutely. So you, in the 3rd season, are 19-0, 7th in the country, and going to try and run the table and play. When you play up there, you go Saturday, is that right?
Yeah, we go to Campbellsville Saturday, yes,
Saturday.
sir.
That's it.
Yeah.
After that, so they're going to win. They're going to roll the dice, run the table, 20-0. Then what happens? What's after that?
Then we have the conference tournament, which is in Indianapolis, like the Colts practice facility. So it's 6 teams, and the winner of that, it's like March Madness, gets invited to the first ever NAIA Invitational Tournament, which will be in Bradenton, Florida, right there in IMG Academy.
Hello, Donna Buchanan. Thank you for watching. So I ran into somebody today at Cracker Barrel. They knew I did Milligan's games, and so he said, is the transfer portal applicable to NAIA? And I said, you know what? I'm going to ask Ryan next time we get him on the show. So is transfer big down on this level or not?
Yeah, transfers, it's booming. Yeah, the transfer portal's real deal. So it's we have an athlete from Cumberland University that transferred, and then we just signed an athlete who goes to MTSU So she played basketball there, and then now, she's going to sign to play at Milligan.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
I would think, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I would think when you're 19-0 and 7th in the country, when somebody hears, where do I want to go play football, you would like to think that they'd think
Yeah.
Milligan's making some noise.
Yeah,
over
we're
there.
getting tons of inquiries. My phone blows up. Our emails at Milligan, the athletic secretary, says we sell all the time. We probably get 10 to 12 athlete questionnaires completed a day. And so,
Really?
yeah, it's really unique. From the first year we didn't have enough to play, and now it's really, really grown. We signed an athlete, Emma Honeycutt from Providence Academy, who played for Coach Kilgore, and then he did the flag there. So we got our first local signee. He's going to be coming on our team next year. But I'm telling you, just like when you watch us play, our team, like Ashton Weirley, number 23, and Bridget Kaiser, and Caitlin Quinn, and Krista Quinn, and Parker Bridges, and Jazz McDowell, like they're fast, they're physical, they know what we want to do, they know where we want to take what we want to take away, and I could brag on everybody on the roster. But Coach Turner's helping me. I got Sean out there returning a few favors that I've done for him.
There you
so,
go. You got the
it's
head ball
cool
coach
to see.
out there.
Yeah, it's cool to see our growth.
So you're a visionary. You're part of something, again, the fastest growing sport in America. So with the NFL putting the kind of money they're putting behind it, where do you see flag football going?
Well, I think Nebraska just got a team, so I think you're going to see the Division I's pick it up. They already have the fields. Now you're not going to play flag football in Neyland Stadium, but you could play it in the soccer stadium. Ohio State soccer stadium. I saw Arizona State's hosting the women's the World Cup. Like you could play it in one of those. Like last year we played in Kansas City's professional soccer stadium. Like I think they could see it in there where you pack it out. But it'll be. Yeah, so the Big South is getting it in 2027. UNC Asheville, USC Upstate, North Greenville, and then it's just going to continue to grow. So
You told me last time you were here that, if I remember right, you said Kings, there's some more local teams and we'll cut down on travel, putting up teams.
Yeah, King had a team this year. Marshall had a team. Wingate. See who else? Lees McRae. Yeah. So.
Which cuts down on travel for you guys.
Right, cuts down on travel. Right. Yeah. Yeah. So it's good, and then it's really cost efficient. You need flags and jerseys, which you need on any team, but
that's
flags
all.
and football.
That's it.
Cleats. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's very inexpensive.
So expense to field a team's pretty minimal
compared to a $400 baseball bat.
Where did you go to play Emmanuel?
Franklin Springs, Georgia. You remember Terry Allen, who played for UVA, played for the Redskins and Dolphins. He's their head coach.
Really?
Yeah. So Franklin Springs, Georgia.
That's a haul, isn't it?
Yeah, about 3 hours. Yeah, not bad.
Coach Witten with us. So you play on Saturday. Then when do we start the tournament?
Thursday, next Thursday.
So we have to get you back on between now next Thursday.
Yeah.
Do a preview.
Yeah. I'll try to get some of them girls down here too. They'll crack you up.
They love coming. They love coming on.
Yeah.
So anyway, here's some of the names: Ashton Weirley, Caitlin Quinn, Bridget Kaiser, Carson Bigelow, if I'm saying it right, Courtney Cummings. Let's see here. Lily Rumrell.
Yeah,
right?
She's a fantastic athlete. Yeah.
Jasmine McDowell, Taylor Thrasher.
Taylor Thrasher. She recovered she had ACL surgery last year. Come back, has been awesome. She had a pick 6 last Saturday. Annabelle Rose is from Madonna Chaminade, the one that comes out with all the athletes from Hollywood, Florida. So she knows she's a corner for us. Fantastic athlete. Jessica Hudson. Her brother played at Tennessee Tech last year. He's a tackle football player, but Jessica's awesome as well. So you just go right through there. It's good stuff.
Krista Quinn led the team with 7 catches. Jessica Hudson's another name that played well last week, or yesterday, I should say. So home schedule's over, but you had pretty good crowds, didn't you?
Yeah, we had a great crowd. We had a home matches, and we went undefeated, which is very, very important. But great crowds, great support by the men's basketball team, women's basketball team. Obviously, Cyclone families were there, so it was really, really cool to see.
It's played at Citizens Bank Stadium.
Yeah, Citizens Bank Stadium. Yeah, we do everything at the high school at Lisbeth, so it's a great relationship. We're lucky to be able to do both.
They're undefeated, folks, 19-0, 7th in the country ranked. Lady Buffalo flag football, and they'll play Campbellsville, Kentucky for the season wrap-up. In the third season, this man's taken them from, let's see, first year you had 10 wins, is
Yep.
that right?
Mm-hmm.
Last year you had 21,
Mm-hmm.
19, 21. Which one was like?
Yep, 21.
21? Okay. And
Yeah.
then now we're 19-0 in season number 3
That was last night was our 50th win.
as a program.
Mm-hmm. Well, 51 wins. They had one win before me.
That's
So
awesome.
That's last night was my group's 50th win. So it's pretty
Wow.
cool.
And
yeah.
and the losses are
10 plus 16.
16,
Yeah.
50 and 16,
12 and 4, yeah, 16.
50 and 16
Yeah,
in 3 years.
yeah.
We'll take that. That's okay.
We'll take that. If
We'll
the
run-
next 50's like that, we'll be all right. So we're at Tia Duggar this upcoming season. We're on our getting ready. We're 95 and 19, so we're excited about that group. Maybe get 100 and win. It'd be my group's 100th win since we started in 20. It'd be 15 years ago, so it'd be pretty cool to see.
The record again is 95 and 19.
95 and 19. Yeah, we've had about 40 guys after school every day working out, plus the spring sport guys. So we got kids in baseball and track and soccer, and so it's been really, really exciting to see those guys. That's the cool thing about the new facility is Coach Witten can get his guys going on the one side, and I got the one guys going on the other side, and Coach Holt's got linemen down there. And then here comes volleyball and then cheer and soccer's out there and track and softball and baseball's down there. So it's really cool to see small town USA just thriving, So that building's been a game changer. So everybody that's had a piece of that, it's pretty awesome.
Schedule's out, isn't it? Tia Duggar football
Yes, sir.
schedule?
Yeah, open up. I don't know the exact date, but it's versus Sullivan Central. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be ready.
We'll be streaming the home games.
Yeah.
Maybe the road games that they'll listen to press box.
Yeah. We'll be ready.
Yep.
We'll be ready.
When's
Promise
spring
you
football
that.
practice for the Cyclones?
The Tia Duggar's going to start April 27th. So I'm going to get home from Indianapolis and get back ready to coach some tackle. Hopefully I haven't forgotten too much about it.
When's Big Boys have spring practice?
I think he's going to wait till a little bit later, just because they got more events going on down there. So
I'm looking up something, and you know what I'm looking up. How many days till kickoff? I got it right here. 128
oh yeah,
to the
yeah,
Hilltoppers.
that'd be awesome. Yeah, it'd be good stuff right there.
128 days till Cyclone
Yeah,
football.
Railroad Rumble.
But for now,
Yeah,
it's
good people.
Buff Flag football. Congratulations. See you next week.
Yeah, that's good.
Go Buffs.
Go Buffs. Thank y'all. Have a good day.
Yep. Quick break. We'll be right back. JT's with us. Joseph Taylor next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Aaron Kaiser, from Physical Therapy Services. So one of the things you guys treat is fibromyalgia. Tell me about that.
Yeah. So a lot of times the best thing that you can do for people that have fibromyalgia is get them moving in a comfortable way that they feel safe and that they feel comfortable and like they have control of the situation. So we have the anti-gravity treadmill, the Alter G, where we can offload them, get them moving. We have the new step, which they like because they're not full weight bearing. They can adjust that. And overall, just patient education, teaching them how to move in that pain-free or that more comfortable way for them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good stuff. They offer a lot of services of physical therapy services. How do we find you on social media?
Facebook, we have an ortho clinic that has a Facebook page and then a pediatric clinic that has a Facebook page.
They've been with us since day one. Proud sponsors. I love promoting these folks. Again, Dr. Danny, Dr. Justin Smith, Dr. Sylvester, Dr. Aaron, and all the other great folks. Sponsors of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports Physical Therapy Services.
These are the hands that planted the seed and pulled the weeds and fixed the engine and harvested the crop and loaded the truck. What of all these hands do, nothing is more important than being a good neighbor. From the farm to Food City, local produce is all in a day's work.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Here we go. Talking to JT. How about that?
Just pop that microphone off.
Third season he's been coaching. They're 50-16
That's incredible.
in flag football.
And I like what you said. Like, he was a visionary because he got in on the early side, and that's the thing. You can establish a program if you get in early enough.
Yep.
Because now these big schools will start having teams, but Milligan's already going to have a leg up. So that's really that's really good that. And they couldn't be led by a better person. Like I've known Ryan since I was in elementary school. Just they don't come any better.
No, he's well, as I said at the outset of our segment together, you got Jace winning 2 state championships in Texas. Sean won 2 state championships and a state runner-up here, and now he's on his way. He's 19-0 in his third season of flag football. They trace all that back to Dave Ryder, of course.
Oh yeah.
And they, as I said when he was here, I said there's 3 little sponges soaking up everything Coach Ryder said every day. He said, we need toys, we need cartoons. You either watch football or basketball or baseball or watch film. That's what you did.
Yeah.
So, and the proof's in the pudding. I mean, all 3 of the Whitten boys are successful in their own right, doing the things they do and do it well. So, again, Ryan's got him at 19-0. And as he said on the segment, Milligan's getting inquiries of 10 to 12 a day. Girls are calling up and saying, we want to come play at Milligan, because the word's out about Ryan Whitten in this program. They're 19-0, 7th in the country, going to try and finish an undefeated regular season on Saturday in Campbellsville, Kentucky. 20-0. Then they go off to the national tournament in Indianapolis. Pretty impressive.
That is. I've got a Facebook friend that lives between Middle and West Tennessee, and her daughter got offered by Milligan, and they were just on Facebook talking about how grateful they were that Milligan was interested. And I'm thinking, wow, little Milligan right here. And I consider it in Elizabeth, and I know it has its own zip code or whatever, but like that's our school, that's it's so neat to see.
Yeah, 1,200 kids cranking it out. Basketball went to nationals again. You got track and field just wiping up everybody. You had the swim team won the conference championship. I mean, they crank out some impressive numbers for a school of 1,200 kids at, as you say, little old Milligan University. So pretty impressive stuff. Orange-white game, Tennessee football, it's done. They're in the summer or spring and summer workouts now. What are you hearing? What's the take on them?
I didn't see any footage from the game, so I'm not going to come in here and just tell a lie. So I've just tried to pick up bits and pieces from people that were there or had some insight. It seems like the defense is going to be ahead of the curve. They, when they brought Knowles in, people kept saying it's going to take a full year for them to learn it, a full year, and then the next year they'll be better. But it looks like they brought in enough guys that knew the system to where they seem to be ahead of the curve. The defense is looking good. Got to be encouraged by that. From what I've read, it seems like Faison Brandon performed a little better than George, but who knows? That competition is going to go all the way through fall camp.
Well, Knowles brought all these guys in from Penn State that knew him and knew his system, so they hit the ground running. All they did is change uniforms.
They did, and you have to give credit to Heupel because not only so he made the hard decision to fire the defensive coordinator from last year, but when he brought Knowles in, he also gave him the ability to hire who he wanted to be his assistants. He didn't say you got to keep this one, you got to keep this one. He said, hey, here's your staff. You build it out the way you want to build it out.
And he has.
And they brought in, and then there's even guys that are analysts that know his system. So he's brought in a lot of people with him.
Tennessee men's basketball and the Lady Vols. What are you hearing about them?
The men are on a heater in the portal. It seems like they've gotten 4 commits, I believe, and so far anybody that stepped foot on campus hasn't left without signing. So Rick Barnes is putting in the work down there.
4 for 4.
4 for 4.
Pretty good batting average.
Yeah. You can't get much better than that. And they've got one visiting right now from VCU, the point guard. If he locks him up, look out, because now you're talking about potentially rolling out a really good roster.
Amen said he's staying, didn't he?
No, he hasn't said yet. So he's going to go through the process, the draft process, get the feedback, and whatever him and his team decide is good feedback. I don't know what the number is. Is lottery good enough? Because that lottery's top 13. But what if he's projected to go, say 12 or 13? Would he say, "Let me just come back for another year and see if I can, build up"? I don't know what what the number is that they have in mind to where he's going to stay for sure in the draft or come back to Tennessee.
Lady Vols adding some players.
Lady Vols have added some players. I don't know that any of their players have quote unquote moved the needle, but it seems like Kim Caldwell has decided, I'm going away from these 5-star and 5-star plus players, and I'm going to recruit girls that I know will implement my system. You know what I mean? So we'll see. It's a total change from last year's squad where you brought in a bunch of all-stars, but then you saw that these girls didn't want to buy in. So I think she's, you got to give her credit because she's totally going a different direction.
At Ivy Hall Nursing Home, there's a system in place, so you will recruit and employ people who will buy into the system at Ivy Hall. So, and it's the same in any job, any sports team. You got to plug them in to fit what you're looking for to accomplish, and that's exactly right. It looks like she's going to go for ladies that are dialed into her, going to give her 120 and run my system, and we're not going to change like we did last year in the middle of the stream. And so we'll see, but she continues to add people. That's a good thing. And so baseball taking some knocks right now, aren't they?
Well, they were, but then they went to Mississippi State and swept them. They swept Mississippi State to kind of, because you were thinking they had lost so many close games. Like they were tied or in the lead in the 7th inning of like 6 conference games, and they lost them all. Then they go down there and play a top 10 team and sweep them and look great all series. So is that the turning point? You can only hope so. They beat UNC Asheville on Tuesday by the run rule. So maybe he's got it turned around. I think the calls for him to be fired were quite premature. Like you have to give people a chance. Like, this is the most impatient fan base that I've ever seen in my life.
Unbelievable. Now, anybody takes a job. You put them in Ivy Hall, put them in Big John's Closeouts, and they have a tough first couple of weeks. You can them? No. You help them develop and get better and work with them. And so they were calling for his head second, third week of the season.
Yeah. I mean, he got the job in October. That is a very difficult time to take over a baseball program because they literally get cranked up in February for games. I mean, they never stop practicing or anything, but I mean, they get full cranked up that soon. So I mean, you have to give him a chance to get his bearings about him.
You would almost think some of these coaches would hear there's an opening at Tennessee and go, no thanks, because the fan base, you nailed it, they're impatient, and they're unrealistic, and so, but they have good coaches down there to their credit. But
it seems like there's a lot of momentum going towards this being Rick Barnes last year, that he's going to give it one more go, and that what you just said rings true. If you go after a coach, does he say, man, I don't know if I want to try to fill his shoes with that fan base?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're right. That's
no question.
That could be a difficult one to bring in one of these A+ coaches.
Listen, every school in America's got a fan base wants to win yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do for me yesterday?
Yep.
Everybody has one of those, but it seems like Tennessee's even a notch higher. They want to run off Caldwell. They want to run off Heupel. They want to run off. Last year they were questioning whether Barnes could take him to the next round, or he's done it Elite Eight 3 straight years.
Yeah.
I don't know what other schools have done that without going on to win the national championship. And that's of course the goal. So across the board, Tennessee athletics is very, very solid and very successful. Softball team's doing very well.
Oh yeah, every program down there. And I was thinking about. I had a thought on the basketball, and it left me, Tom. Man,
welcome to my world. Seems like people sit in this chair, my mojo jumps over on because I have more and more people go, I had something I can't remember. I'm thinking, welcome to what I do every day. So so anyway, you got football working out. You got basketball trying to get transfer portals. The guys and girls, baseball and softball right in the middle of the heart of their season. So things are good in Knoxville, it would appear. And I think Heupel, again, getting Knowles from Penn State. And I think you're right. Everything I've heard about the Orange and White game is that the defense is ahead of the offense right now in Knoxville because they're still trying to figure out who's going to be your quarterback.
And it makes sense because you're talking about a true freshman in Faison Brandon who got there in December, and a redshirt freshman in George McIntyre, and they're going up against this Jim Knowles defense which will only benefit them once the season gets here. But right now, they're going to seem in over their head, or out over their skis, however you want to say it, because the defense they're going up against is built to disguise everything to the very last second. Well, if those guys can start figuring that defense out, that's just going to bode well against everybody else.
128 days. Hello, ladies. How you doing?
Hi. Good.
We're doing good, thank you. Man, there's the foot traffic in here is unbelievable. That door, I mean, it's all show long. It's just a steady stream of folks coming in there, which we appreciate.
Oh, yeah.
Be loyal, buy local, but it's steady Freddie in there all day long. And there's a lot of ladies coming in shopping, too, which is really neat. So 128 days to Cyclone football. Wow. Here we go.
I love it when you start giving me the countdown. That's one of my favorite parts of being on the show when you start that. I mean, so it's 128 days. Just next month, we'll get down to double digits, next month.
Yeah, we'll start the countdown. As soon as I get Carrie to put it back up here, we'll start the countdown. 128 days right now, and they're clicking off. Tia Duggar will be starting their football. They're 90. Ryan said they're 95-19 over the last 5 years, last 5 or 6 years. So Cyclone football 128 on the countdown, clicking them off. Of course, got Cyclone baseball and softball still going strong. You have, as they are in all the other schools, you have track and field, boys and girls tennis, and boys soccer is still going. That's your spring sports, and they're all starting to wind down. Tournaments are right around the corner for all of them. So,
man, the baseball team seems like that conference is just an absolute dogfight every single game.
Yeah,
I was grilling pork chops listening to the Crockett game when I was commenting on your broadcast, and it just every pitch is intense. Every single. I mean, it's just. You bring in the last couple of years, you've brought in Crockett, Tennessee High, and now Daniel Boone. Like that is one ultra competitive conference.
Yep, Tennessee High wore out DB yesterday, so I mean Tennessee High is good. You've got Crockett good, Boone's good, Cyclones are good. On any given day, East can jump up and get you. They're struggling this year, but when the tournament starts, everybody's 0-0. It doesn't really matter what you did in the regular season. East has had a tough year, but again, everybody is even Steven starting the tournament here in a couple of weeks. So, and the kid pitched the other night for, of course, our guy, Red Slugger, had 9 strikeouts. He's got 42 on the season now in about 28 innings of baseball, which is pretty impressive, to say the least. Their kid in the game one, Gabe Story, went the distance, pitched 8 innings of an 8-inning game with the. He's had a rubber arm, struck out 8. You got a guy going 8 innings in high school baseball.
And the thing is, in that one inning, he walked some guys. He walked a guy in. So a lot of coaches probably would have pulled him then. But kudos to their coach for saying, battle through it, big guy.
Yep.
And he did.
And he did. So Brian Miller's the coach of Crockett, Sonny's son, a longtime coach, and now Brian's the coach, Sonny's boy. And so, yep, be a great tournament. It's going to be at East Tennessee State's Thomas Stadium starting on the 29th. And we'll be there, audio only, to bring it to you. So
the only thing I don't like about the way the conference schedule is they play all their conference games on Mondays and Tuesdays. I wish there was a conference game on a Friday or Saturday, and I'd be able to help you. But I guess the coaches voted to do it this way for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know what the strategy behind it is, but I wish there were conference games sprinkled out more than just Mondays and Tuesdays.
I think they do it Monday and Tuesday. The rest of the week they can go do these non-conference games, and there's a big tournament we'll talk about here in a minute before we get out of here. Getting ready to start up. It's the make sure I get it right so I don't misquote myself. It is the where is it? It is right here. They call it the Tribe Classic.
Okay.
The Tribe Classic and the Green Fling down in Greenville. So they got 2 tournaments. So I think that's the mindset is to play the conference games Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday's your makeup date in case there's weather. Then it opens you up to go Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whatever, to play on in these non-conference tournaments if need be. So I think that's the rationale. So
and again, I'm not in charge. I just wish that there was a conference game on a Friday or Saturday so I could, weasel in the booth and chat it up with you.
How far away do you live from the stadium?
7 minutes.
Far enough to bring me a pork chop. Or close enough to bring me a pork chop.
I should
Cook
have.
them pork chops, listen to the broadcast, and there's Tom up here gnawing on whatever it was.
Popcorn
something. My fingers. So there you go. That's how it rolls. But it's good stuff. So we are right in the middle of a crazy sports season. NBA starting their playoffs. The National Hockey League starting their playoffs. College baseball, college softball wide open. Some of the college teams will finish up spring football practice this weekend. Some of them, most of them are done, but some of them will still do that based on the schedule. And so kind of an overlap time right now.
Oh yeah, everybody's practicing everything. It's fun to see, fun to be a part of. Just a good time to be a sports fan.
Mm-hmm. NASCAR came to Bristol. They've come and gone. They're going off to Kansas this weekend. So it's here, folks. We look at it and we're at the 16th day of April, so we're down to a couple of weeks. We can get into May, and you'll blink, and I'm telling you, it'll be football season. So.
And May, I feel like May goes quicker than any month of the whole calendar. There's just so much going on with the end of school stuff and end of sports stuff. It just feels like May is in double time.
Mm-hmm. You blink and it's done.
Yep.
So, but we'll be there covering the Lady Cyclones when we can, softball and certainly the baseball team. So. It's that time. So what's going on at Ivy Hall?
Ivy Hall, we're accepting residents, short-term, long-term residents for physical therapy, occupational therapy. You know, if you need to come in for whatever therapies, we can help you out and get you back home. And we're certainly looking for people to join our team, looking for nurses, RNs, LPNs, looking for CNAs, housekeeping, laundry. We're hiring for everything. You can find more at ivyhallnursing.com and click on employment opportunities. Then if you want to follow us on Facebook, just Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Facebook.
You always talk about the food.
The food,
at
yes,
Ivy
sir.
Hall.
Yes.
How's the food?
The food is wonderful. As a matter of fact, I was shoving the food down as fast as I could before I got here because they had the best chicken tenders and French fries. It was so good, but I was like, I gotta eat in a hurry because I gotta be down there. And if I'd have known Ryan was in front of me, I wouldn't have hurried at all. But you know,
this is wrong. He comes in and says, well, we had pork chops, we've had chicken tenders. And here I am eating Fishman's Friends, what I'm eating, trying to stay alive. And then he's got her coffee cake, which is out of this world. Mrs. Taylor's coffee cake.
So the girls, both of them, were like, hey, Daddy, what do you think Mr. Tom is doing for Easter? We should invite him for dinner. And I was like, girls, like, I love your hearts. I was like, but think of how awkward that would be for Mr. Tom if he just came to Mama Judy's house. You know, I was like, I'm not gonna ask him because then he would he'd feel bad if he said no. I was like, you know, we definitely need to break bread with Mr. Tom, but I don't think Easter lunch at Mama Judy's is the time to go for it. But they want you. They want to have dinner with you.
I wolfed down a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Well, now I really should have.
Yeah.
Now I feel awful.
No, don't feel awful. It was good. So, but yeah, one of them got the Readers or Winners last week.
Yep, Catherine.
Yep. She came up here just grinning. I gave her a high five. She was so proud of herself. So.
She's like, Daddy, look at my hat. Look at my hat. She was very impressed with winning, and that's so neat that you and Northeast community you combine to do that. And it encourages reading. I mean, some of those minutes those kids were reading, that was insane.
Yeah.
Like just crazy.
Yeah, the winner West Side last week was 6,922 minutes.
How do you even do that?
In the third grade. This is in 9 weeks. I mean, that's 8 books. So, but anyway, yeah, we're and Myra Newman said with the Elizabethton City Schools said reading test scores are up. So we'd like to think we take a very, very small portion
for sure
in asking these kids to and encourage them to read. And so this 9 weeks they get stickers for their top 5 in each class, each grade at each of the elementary schools here in Elizabethton. So next year, Andrea said they're looking at doing a bobblehead doll. And I'm not sure about that one. But they said, oh, yeah, black hat, long hair. Yes.
Can you imagine the hair coming down on the bobblehead?
A bobblehead doll. Yeah. That's what Carrie Taylor started this fiasco. So that's what she wants. So we're going to do a bobblehead doll. We need to do a bobblehead doll.
I may have to see if I have any eligibility in the elementary schools to get one of those bobbleheads to put on my desk.
But if it increases reading for the kids, we'll do it.
For sure.
We did stickers under protest last year. We're doing it again this year. The kids love to get these little stickers they put on there or whatever. It's a picture of me, and I think Andrew's on there too from the credit union. But anyway, the bottom line is his little girl was one of the recipients of West Side. She earned it. And so we do it at East Side, West Side, and Harold McCormick. Again, pushing reading. Readers are winners, thanks to Northeast Community Credit Union. So there you go. All right. You have completed your task, young man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.
Go back to your chicken tenders, and we'll go back
Oh,
to
they're done.
Nice. So they're done.
They're done.
Pork chops. He's grilling pork chops tonight. Listen to the game. He's 7 minutes from the stadium. Did I get any? No. But Mrs. Taylor takes care of me. She brings me a coffee cake. She'll make one for me every now and then.
You know how people say like their spouse is their better half. She is definitely the better half of us two, for sure.
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. I will.
You can agree. It won't even hurt my feelings.
Nope. I'm not saying a word except I love you and thank you for coming.
Love you, brother. Thank you.
Yep. Quick break. Mike's back in one more time after this. We're live at Big John's Closeouts on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're talking to Michaela Miller, one of our great sponsors at Phil's Dream Pit. Springtime events coming up. Bible schools, class reunions, wedding receptions, you name it. How can you help us in the springtime?
Meat, bulk orders, meat by the pound. Come out, order some pulled pork, get you some buns, maybe a side or two.
Let's talk Dream Packs. Tell us about the Dream Packs.
Dream packs, we start at 4, go as big as you need. Honestly, as big as you need. I got one tomorrow for 104. Pulled pork, 3 sides. We do offer pork, chicken, pulled beef, brisket. We even do the half chickens on the bone. But yeah, you get the meat, 3 sides, sauce, and buns.
Phone number to call is 349-6437 for the Dream Packs. Feeds 4 at a time, and you can do as many as you want. Then you talk about meat by the pound. Got something coming up. You just want the meat. Tell us about the meat by the pound. How's that work?
We pretty much 1 pound will, 1 pound will feed 4. Comes out to about $15.99 per pound.
What's my options on the meat?
Really, when you do it by the meat, you can do anything: ribs, half chickens, pork, brisket, turkey, chicken. We even got Italian sausage and jalapeno cheddars.
There you go.
Really, anything we can do in bulk.
It's all right here. Dream Packs or meat by the pound. You got an event coming up. You need some help. It's a phone call away. 423-349-6437. The Quest for Perfect Barbecue. Phil's Dream Pit. Eastern Star exit of Interstate 26. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Hey there, neighbors. Todd Houston here with the Elizabethton Church of Christ, wishing you a very happy new year and a wildly successful 2026. I'd like to invite you to come and get to know our family here at Elizabethton as we are seeking to be more like our Lord every day. We're no perfect people, but we're a people that love the Lord and love you. We'd love to get to know you. If you'd like to join us, our times are at 10 and 11 a.m. on Sunday, 6:30 p.m., and then again Wednesday evening at 7. You can find us on Facebook or at elizabettoncoc.org.
Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show again, William Welch, a little Robert Knight up here, Jimmy Stout down in Atlanta, who's an Elizabethton boy. So thank you all for watching. Appreciate that very much. And so we're here again, our final segment with our buddy Mike Barnett, the owner of right here, Big John's Closeouts. Be loyal, buy local. We talked earlier about steel and all the rebates they've got on the steel product, or not rebates, but discounts. They got the rebates on the paint and the stains with Cabot and Valspar Medallion. So what are we doing now, sir?
Well, we're going to just touch on a bunch of different things that sometimes people maybe don't necessarily think, Big John's or whatever when they're thinking about items they need for maintenance or upkeep and stuff like that. And one of the things that we've found is, a lot of people come in and they're talking to us about, air filters. Do you stock air filters? Do you have them? And we keep, I don't know, probably 30 different sizes of air filters. And, there's a number of people that continue to come back to us because they say we can't find them, rather simply at one of the big box stores or Walmart or whatever. They don't stock as wide a variety. They just stock the more popular sizes. And we've got, all the way from like the little 12 by 12s on up to the 20 by 30s and other sizes. And, they all vary in price anywhere from, $259, $289, $299 on up above $3. But it depends on what, size it is. And actually the bigger, the more that it runs as far as that goes. But if you're looking for air filters, we can order them in a case for you if you don't want to have to come in every month or two. Most people change their filters, at the first of the month or the end of the month. Most of these are referred to as like a 30-day filter. Some people use those pleated or real thick filters, but most of your HVAC guys will tell you they work your unit harder. It's harder for it to pull the air through those. So they recommend these disposable filters, 30-day filters, whatever we call, as far as that goes. We've been pretty dry, Tom, and we're talking, as we get into the summer months and stuff of that nature, people are going to need to be watering, cleaning up their vehicle, washing their houses down or whatever. We stock a wide variety of water hoses. We've got everything from some of the, the low economy grade hoses if you just use them once in a blue moon. We've got some of the contractor grade hoses. We've got some of the Flexol hoses that you just about can't kink it if you want to. As far as that goes, we keep them in 50, 75 foot, and even up to 100 foot, in our hoses and stuff of that nature, all different price points, all different grades. You can find your water hoses. We keep a lot of different nozzles. We even have some specials, like on these 2-pack, where you've got your, 4 or 5 different spray settings, as well as the old-fashioned adjustable spray ends. I think that one is, $9.99 for a pack of 2. Mm-hmm. So, it's very, very inexpensive. So, you can come through and pick up your water hose nozzles with your hose. We were talking about cleaning up, and I know we promoted this stuff before. We've got all kind of different cleaners, from purple cleaners to grease lightning and stuff, but a lot of people really like that 30-second cleaner. Spray it on, give it just a short period of time, spray it off. Does a very good job unless you've just got extremely tough, almost baked on dirt and stuff of that nature. It comes in a water hose friendly package, and also we have the gallon concentrate if it's something where you want to be able to spray it on with like a garden sprayer or something of that nature, and go ahead and do your cleaning and stuff of that nature.
By the way, the price point's $20 for that, $19.99 for that.
Right, and that will do a good bit of area. And we keep a lot of different sprayers. Now we go like this is a 1 gallon that I believe is $11.99. We keep 2 gallon. We can keep some of the 3 gallons. We keep them in the the economy, variety, and then some of the a little more expensive sprayers if you're looking for something a little more durable. We also keep a backpack sprayer. If you're looking for a backpack sprayer, we have steel backpack sprayer, and then we've got another one that is made by a different company that's a little less price. So, we've got that. You're going to be looking at getting out there and working on that stuff. And, of course, we're getting at that time of the year when you're going to have to start thinking about bees, hornets, wasps, starting to build nests and getting in places where you don't want them to be, such as on your patios and decks, front porches, carports. You're working around painting around your house, and you're up in the gable, and all of a sudden you're hearing buzzing and all that stuff going on. So we've got your hornet and wasp spray. We've got a big supply of that stuff right there. And so, if you're needing to get some of that, come on in and get it, and get ready for the warmer temperatures. And it will shoot quite a distance.
Up to a 27-foot jet spray. Price point is $4.59 for a 10.5-ounce can of Spectracide Wasp and Hornet Killer. There you go, from right here, Big John's.
Yep,
all right.
Got it. And we talked about, I guess maybe the last time you were here, about a special purchase we did on a couple of floors. Well, we've sold completely out of one, but we do have this particular color of LVT flooring. I have a little less than 2 pallets. I've sold some. It's $1.89 a square foot, a little over 20 square foot per box. And like I say, I'm probably down to somewhere in the vicinity of 1,600 square feet left, somewhere thereabouts. So,
wow, you're moving.
If you're looking for a really good product at a real good price, it was the last of the run that they were going to run of that particular color. They're changing it over to a different color scheme. Come in here and see us. Plus, we've got all kind of others. We've got the grays and the real light wood grains. We've got the hickory looks. We've got all that different stuff and a whole bunch of different patterns and price points in your waterproof flooring. And of course, we're going to be talking about decking. we're at that time of the year where you get out there now and you're starting to clean your deck off, or whatever, your porches and stuff, and you're noticing that you've got some rotten boards or boards that are getting a little frayed, or maybe you want to build a new deck. We've got everything that you need, from your post pier block that you don't have to actually concrete a post in, but if you want to, we've got the gravel mix and all the stuff to do that with the 4x4s and 6x6s. We've got all your dimensional lumber from 2x4s up to 2x12s and treated. We've got your decking. Some people still like to use the 2x6 decking, but more and more people are using your 5/4, which is a full 1-inch thick deck, especially if you're putting your floor joist on 16-inch centers. It works extremely well, and we've got all that in stock, 8 through 16 foot in most of the items that we stock. And when you're talking about putting your stuff together, we've got construction screws. If you're looking for Simpson strong tight construction screws, anything from 4-inch up to 10-inch long screws, so that you can anchor your screw into your your wall at your house, or putting your support beam into your post, and you want something longer than just a 3-inch regular decking screw, which we sell plenty of those, and we sell that all the way down to 1 5/8 decking screws, so you can find whatever length you're needing. We've got all your joist supports and stuff of that nature, so we've got anything you need to do your deck. Plus we've got the stains and sealers. We've got Ready Seal, Cabot. We've got all that stuff that we can sell you, so that you can finish it. We've got Clear. We've got Cabot's Clear finish. We've got Water Seal, which a lot of people are familiar with, that you can go ahead if you want to keep the natural look. You can just spray it with that and go on from there.
Awesome. Be loyal, buy local. I mean, he is. How big is the store, square foot?
You're somewhere probably around 16,000 square foot, somewhere right in here.
Full. Thanks for you.
We've got big warehouses in most of our stuff. We keep and back up, our metal doors, interior doors, masonite, wood doors, and stuff of that nature. All of our windows are on the sales floor pretty much that we stock. And, we've got a little bit of everything that you need to either add on an addition, build new. We're still selling a lot of cabinets. Right now, the diesel prices have not affected too much. It's starting to creep in with delivery surcharges. We're hearing if diesel doesn't ease up, that it's going to affect a lot of your metal and PVC driven products, whether it's pipe or whatever. So, right now is a good time to be looking. If you're thinking about doing an addition, if you're thinking about doing a little bit of remodeling, if you're thinking about building new, if you're thinking about redoing your kitchen, buying new flooring, replacing windows that you noticed are giving a little too much heat or cool through, now's a good time to do before we start seeing very possibly the increase in prices driven by diesel prices and what's going on in the Middle East.
There you go. It's all right here, folks. Be loyal. Buy local. They hammer high prices here at Big John's Closeouts in downtown Elizabethton. Hours are open.
We're here 7:30 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 4 on Saturday, and closed Sunday, so you can go worship the Lord.
Amen. He's worthy. Social media, how do we find you?
You can find us at Experts with an S at Big John's with an S, Closeouts with an S.com. Anything having to do with cabinets, setting up measurements, communicating with our 2 cabinet guys about status of delivery or assembly or whatever you might, have a question about, you can do that at Cabinets with an S at BigJohnsCloseouts.com, or they can send me requests or questions, or just say hi to me if they want to at Mike, M-I-K-E, at BigJohnsCloseouts.com. You can call us at 423-542-4755.
There you go. It's all right here, folks. In closing, we must plug and promote our nation's birthday, 250th anniversary of the greatest country in the world, the official outdoor drama of the entire state of Tennessee, right up the road. He is heavily involved in this at Sycamore Shoals State Park. We are talking about, of course, Liberty, and so we're very intently getting ready, lots of practices, getting ready for the shows. It's every weekend in June. It's a big deal.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, we'll start the first weekend with just Friday and Saturday, second weekend with Friday and Saturday, and the last 2 full weekends in June will be Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So, yeah, come out and support the drama, learn a little bit about our rich history of this region, and 3 very, very significant events that occurred right here in our little area.
What I think's cool about it is the actual ground where the show is, the state park, is where it really happened. It wasn't like, well, a long time ago, back up in the no. Where it happened is where you're going to be watching the show take place, because it really did happen on that very ground, that very soil. And so, I think Leslie told me the other day there was over 100 people in the cast. Is that correct?
Yes, we've had good turnout this year. We've got a lot of understudies as well as leads. We've got a lot of people just want to be there, to be a part of it, to be walk-ons and be part of the community that you'll see shown there of the Watauga settlement. And then we're still in need, if we've got some young men out there or younger adults that would be willing to be part of our Native American. You don't even have to speak if you don't want to, but we do need some more Native American, if we can get those, so that it looks, more effective for the siege of the fort as well as the battle.
There you go. Thank you, sir.
Well, appreciate you
As
being
always.
here. We always look forward to it, and get out and support your local ball teams as they get ready to head into the tournaments and stuff. It's right around the corner, and get out and support these young people.
Absolutely. Couldn't say it better. Quick break. We'll come right back and wrap it up with the baseball and softball schedule for today and high school sports next, right after this, from the Jewelers Bench on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Tom Taylor Sports Show, graduation, Mother's Day. What do you got for us here from the Jewelers Bench?
We have lots of stuff, Tom. We've got Pandora, we have watches, we have E. Newton, pearls, diamonds, diamond earrings, you name it. We got it.
Yep. Birthstones.
Birthstones.
Year-round birthstones, of course. Pearls, you mentioned watches. So they run the gamut, graduation, guys and girls, and certainly for Mother's Day. Liberal layaway policy. Tell us about your layaway policy.
So put it in layaway, make a down payment, and then as long as you're making a monthly payment, we give you typically as long as you need.
So graduations, Mother's Day, right around the corner. Stop by here. Hours are open.
We're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and on Saturday, 9:30 to 4.
And how do we find you on social media?
Facebook and Instagram, and then website is jewelersbench10.com.
And the phone number is 423.
542-5600.
There you go. Proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports. Tom Taylor Sports Show, your jewelry needs for Mother's Day and graduation, right here at the Jewelers Bench in Elizabethton. Back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Before we get out of it, it's compliments of John City Press to give you the schedule for today. First off, in baseball, Daniel Boone at Morristown West, Sullivan East will be at Unaka. Happy Valley hosting Gatlinburg Piedmont. Volunteer goes to West Ridge. Unicoi County hosting Mountain Heritage, North Carolina. And Tri-Cities Christian will be at Johnson County in baseball. Now the Tribe Classic, obviously under the umbrella of Dobbins Minute, DB will host Eastside, Virginia. Jefferson County plays at Science Hill. Oak Ridge at Greenville. Cherokee and Jefferson County will play that one at TVA Credit Union Ballpark in Johnson City. The Green Fling going on. Hampton and Cherokee at 5 o'clock at Chucky Doak, and then Cherokee at Chucky Doak. That's baseball tonight there. All right, let's go Southwest Virginia baseball, one game. Twin Springs at Cornerstone. Softball tonight in the area. Elizabethton Lady Cyclones at Hampton. Morristown West will be at Dobbins Minute. Tennessee High softball at Crockett. Happy Valley softball at Tri-Cities Christian. Johnson County softball at Holston, Virginia. You have South Green at Cloudland. Unaka's softball team hosting University High. Greenville at Volunteer. Cherokee at Granger. And Lakeway Christian will be at Providence Academy in Johnson City in softball. In soccer tonight, you have Elizabethton traveling to Grace Christian in Knoxville. Crockett will be at Science Hill in soccer. Unicoi County at Cherokee. Sullivan East hosting John Battle in soccer. Daniel Boone will be at Tennessee High. That'll be at the Stone Castle. And then Dobbins Minute plays at Westridge in soccer tonight as well. We'll have the scores, all those for you tomorrow here on the show. Tomorrow will be at Food City in Gray. All right, we wrap it up as we always do. We always dedicate our broadcast to the man who hung on the cross, the Lord Jesus, and that's the least I can do for what he's done for me. So let's see. We want to go right here. It says, "It is not unusual for us to feel alone in challenging times. Just know without a doubt the Lord is beside us." Here's the verse, Deuteronomy 31:6 out of the Old Testament. "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you or turn his back on you." Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them. For the Lord your God goes with you. He'll never leave you nor forsake you. Good way to end the show. Thanks again to Coach Ken Harden stopping by. Softball coach Elizabeth picking up his 500th career win, which is very impressive. Ryan Witten stopping by talking about the 7th-ranked undefeated Milligan Flag football team, which is awesome. They're playing Saturday in Campbellsville, Kentucky, to try and finish the regular season at 20-0. Run the table, an undefeated season for the Milligan Flag football team. Then also Joseph Taylor came by, just being Joseph Taylor, working, of course, at Ivy Hall Nursing Home. That's going to do it. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. Again, be loyal, buy local, and buy from Big John's Closeouts. Again, where they hammer high prices. They do a wonderful job. And then we'll rejoin you tomorrow from Food City, and Greg going to be joined there tomorrow. Let's see, Jeff Birchfield's going to be there from the Johnson City Press talking NASCAR. Andrew Smith's going to be there tomorrow talking sports, probably Tennessee sports. He covers the Vols for the Johnson City Press. We got those two. Somebody else is coming. I wrote it down. I can't remember who it's going to be, but we'll have those three tomorrow ready to go, plus the folks in Food City. Tomorrow will be show number, as you see on the screen, 2480. We'll be 20 shows away from 2,500 shows here. We started this back 11 years ago, so we're working on a little celebration of sorts for the 2500 show. 25, that's right, 2,500 show. How about that? 2,500 show. So anyway, thanks for watching. Back tomorrow. We're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours, and we always say, as always, bloom where you're planted. Mommy said every day, make a difference. Bloom where you're planted. Make folks be glad to see you coming, not wanting to run because you're coming, which makes perfect sense. Bloom where you're planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching the show from Big John's Closeouts in Elizabethton on this Thursday edition of the Tom Taylor Sports Show, saying happy birthday in closing to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who is 79 today, and Coach Bill Belichick from the Patriots, now the North Carolina Tar Heels coach. He's a birthday boy with 74 candles on his birthday cake today. That's going to do it. See you back here tomorrow at 11 o'clock from Food City and Gray. Again, thanks to Coach Harden coming by. Not a classier guy in the world than Ken Harden. He's just a great guy. Picked up his 500th win as a coach. And who did he thank first? His coaches. And so just the way he is. And then he thanked, of course, his players. Took all those great players down the years to help him get 500 wins, and he's exactly right. But again, very humble man. Very class act. So there you go. All right. See you back here tomorrow. Have a good rest of your Thursday. Thanks for watching the show. And again, as we said, bloom where you're planted, and win or lose, be a good sport. Thanks for watching the show, again, from Big John's Closeouts in Elizabethton.